Attention, BRN affiliates. Showtime in 90 seconds. Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Dave, what's on?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, two things. Number one, when Seth first came on board the show, I was skeptical and didn't really.
Nobody, and let me just stop and tell you that right now. Nobody. I've put some people on the air that were not funny, that I just couldn't get over, but I tried my hardest.
Well, you're still letting Dan try, so that's good for you.
Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
I think I can go with that one. Remember, we're opening up every show with
which music sounds better?
Let me see here. Stand by. Rhett, are you on Macho Man's or are you on yourselves today? So
I am on myself, but if you want to go ahead and put me on Mach, I can jump over there. I'll be over there more today.
No, I want you.
You want me where I'm going to be most.
I want you to tell me instead of me telling you.
Macho Man.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to turn you down, so because this doesn't have it. That way I don't have an open mic in the studio.
Yep.
Now you're back over. Now you're over to Macho Man's.
Yes.
Good morning. I don't want to hear Macho. Good morning to you, buddy. I don't want to hear Macho Man bitch about anything because I give Macho Man more time off than anybody for these weekend ragers that he does. Man, how soft am I getting? Yeah.
Well, I think it's more just you appreciate kind of what he does. And you're also not sure where you were ever find another Macho Man, and he knows that. So,
are you saying that Macho's holding it over Bubba?
I just think I think he knows he can get a day off. I think he should just be required to take our phone calls, Bubba, on the Mondays that he takes off after the weekend benders.
Well, I just want to maybe. Yes, I agree with you, but I also want to think that he should be have to required to talk on the microphone. Like our first product, our very first product that we offer everybody is the show. Many a times I'll ask Macho Man something, and I'll just get totally radio silence. And it's not that he's even wiring stuff up back; he just doesn't want to talk. So I just think that if you're gonna be part of it, if you're gonna be in this, if you're gonna work for me, you better be prepared to talk on the microphone. Because just arbitrarily get our topics are so we don't have specific to. You watch some shows and they have like a little timeline to the left, and they're like they have to hit each topic. Like every sports show that you see on TV, they have like that little teaser of what's coming up and what they're talking about now.
Yeah, women's badminton in 6 minutes.
What's coming up next, and they try to. We're not like that. We are so scattered. We don't know what we're going to talk about, and then we can start talking about something, and we could go down to a whole other rabbit hole. Like it's just so you got to be ready to talk on the microphone. And if you're not near, like if Macho Man was truly back in the rack room or back in the microphone processing room or something like that, and he can't, then I hope that would be where his union rep Rhett would come in and say, he's not near his mic. But Rhett, I'm not having you tattletale on Macho Man, but there are times where I go to Macho Man and he just doesn't want to answer the question, and he just sits there and doesn't say nothing. Would you at least, I'm not asking you to throw your friend under the bus or nothing, but would you at least agree to that does happen sometimes?
Yes, sometimes I have seen that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
When did you develop that honorary report then where he wouldn't answer you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what I could ever ask him that he wouldn't want. Like I don't,
It's really anything, just any question. It's not anything like salacious or anything like that.
I know, Jesus, what a little prima donna, what a little bitch. I need to have a conversation with him.
This is another one of those things where you're having a show meeting without the person that you're supposed to be talking to.
Well, I think this might be the appetizer to that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You can turbocharge it on the podcast later.
I think the guy could, if I wanted to speak to somebody, and I've already made it like a half a talk break on the show, so I think it might help you because it's coming. You could start strategizing.
Did you think about it over the weekend at all? Because
No,
it's
no.
happened. I feel like it's happened since I started here, where he wouldn't answer you. Not that it's like a huge deal.
Oh, I don't think it has anything to do with you.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying it's been going on.
Much as you're conditioned to think everybody hates you.
No.
I don't think anybody. I think this current lineup, Seth. I'm probably the one that hates you the most.
Oh,
So I think everybody. I mean, you irritate me the most.
Right. I'm good with that.
But I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, who would you like me to irritate the most?
I'd like you to not be irritating.
Well, I mean, if somebody's got to be irritated the most, it probably should be you, right?
No.
I don't want to bother any of your lovely employees
no,
with my
I think
nonsense.
you should shape up a little bit. Quit being so irritating.
Shape up or ship out?
Well, I mean, you would freak out if I said yes to that. You know that. Come on now.
Well, it would. I mean, yes. I am.
God, who's Stockholm now?
No, he's not Stockholm, but he finally realized.
No, you're Stockholmed.
Me?
Yeah, you're like, I can't say that to you.
I can say anything I want to anybody.
He's like, I can't say shape up or ship out. You just said you wouldn't say it.
I didn't say it to him. I didn't say I couldn't say it to him because I'm Stockholm by him. I said it. I couldn't say it to him because of his mental health.
Oh, he'd go crazy.
Yeah, you dumbass.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Jesus, what are you trying to?
I don't know. I'm just trying to understand.
You of
what
all
you're saying.
people, you're supposed to be. You of all people are one of my biggest cheerleaders.
I
Now-
am.
now
I
you're a
never
big
messed with
dick.
you.
Now you're being a dick to
No,
me.
no, I didn't
not for them.
understand. I didn't understand.
How do you, the smartest guy in the show, not understand with the strap on your shoulder? Jesus, maybe we need to take that away from you.
Hey, you
Not a time.
leave Danny baseball cards alone, okay?
We bonded this weekend, Seth and I.
We're gonna go bike riding soon. We're starting a whole new series.
It's not. It's
a bike ride. Oh,
Yeah, we're
you're
going-
Seth,
series-
you're taking that from Bubba?
the series.
Yeah.
No, he can bike ride with Dan all he wants. I could
Okay.
care less.
He said Bubba's got an electronic bike, but Dan's got a real one.
Yeah, but hold on, Seth. You won't be able to keep up with Dan on a regular bike.
Well, that's part of it. Is
No,
that Dan
it's-
said
I
I'm
mean-
going to be about 4 hours in front of you, so
No, I mean like, Dan, if
he would go slow for me. I told him I go about 15 miles per hour.
it would irritate him. Dan's like a thoroughbred. If he's gonna get on his bike, he doesn't want to like just gingerly drive it. Dan's getting on it. Like F1 guys, Dan, when they go out and practice,
Yeah,
they
they're
just don't,
not doing 40.
They don't take it easy. I'm just going to go ahead and take it easy. Don't want to, scuff these. No, they're like, bitch, I need to let this thing eat
Right.
so I can make necessary adjustments on it. Well, Dan, I got a feeling that, first of all, none of the bikes that you have are, let's just take a little stroll bike, first of all.
No, they're not.
Every
They're
bike
not.
you got's made to go, have your Streamline helmet on, have your shoes locked in,
Yep.
have your slick little Lance Armstrong uniform on with your big penis and testicles prominently showing, and you lean way down to become as aero as you can, and you ride fast. So Seth's on his Pee Wee Herman beach cruiser trying to go down Baywalk with you. I just don't think that works too well.
Well, I'd put him on a real bike so that we'd have some competitive.
Unless it has a motor
equity
on it. Unless he borrows my e-bike.
How immobile do you think I am?
Well, listen. Let me tell you something. There's hardly anybody that I know that could probably physically keep. Maybe Jay.
Oh, I know. I didn't even think about it as like a keeping up with Dan. I thought it was just like a kind of like a hanging out thing.
Okay.
Like I'm going to go on his big expensive light bike and we're just going to, just go down Bayshore and, babes want to bang us, we'll bang them.
His bike, I don't think his sexy, streamlined bikes are made for that. Like, I think you would be uncomfortable when you're just strolling. You tend to sit up a little bit. Got kind of like the beach cruiser bars.
Did I say stroll?
I don't think that those bikes are made to be strolling bikes.
They're not strollers.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think we're strolling. I think we're.
You couldn't make it a mile.
All right.
He said he could do it.
Cancel Christmas.
He said he could ride. I'm like, do you ever ride bikes? He's like, well, mostly like road bikes. I'm like, really, road bikes? And I showed him the bike. He goes, yeah, like this.
All right, listen. I guess I should quit being a dick over here, and I should encourage this because this would be some phenomenal video footage.
I know. That's what Dan was thinking about.'s not just like trying to hang out with me. He's trying to.
There's no desire there. It's all for content, Bubba.
Let me wire up a couple, I don't know, chest GoPros or so. I don't know how they'd be able to captivate.
Do we need helmet GoPros?
I was going to say put it on the helmet.
The helmet GoPros
Something.
are so like.
They're so lame.
I mean, even if you're like on the baddest motorcycle,
Yeah.
if you got a helmet GoPro, you're so lame.
I know. Well, when I used to go on the e-bikes with Merch Crick, I'd have a helmet GoPro, and we would be live on YouTube, and the fans loved it. But I was officially, as I was driving by people on the path, I'm officially that guy.
Yeah, the only thing we were missing was the propeller.
Yeah, the one thing, I'm officially that guy. Like, oh, look at that guy. He's got a helmet GoPro. I'm like, but mine wasn't even a helmet GoPro. Mine was a helmet iPhone holder.
Yeah, I was going to say
really?
those.
Yeah.
Those are probably going to be your best bet just for recording footage and then getting the footage off of it.
Yeah.
It'd be the easiest
I have some
way.
iPhone holders that you can strap to the bike.
Yeah,
That
something
may
like
help.
that would be
Yeah, but a lot
perfect.
of
Maybe
times-
on the helmet would be easier just because it's not shaken from the ground.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this, Dan, every iPhone holder that I've tried to put on the bike to record, the bike, your front handlebars absorb the suspension.
Right.
So, I mean, no
It's
matter
vibrating?
the entire time.
Yeah, it's just shaking
I mean,
it. You hear it on the video.
Yeah, you can actually hear the road, because you got to understand, especially on yours, you don't have a lot of.
There's none.
You don't have a lot of rubber to absorb the sound.
No.
You don't have a lot of frame to take any of the
It's carbon, which helps dampen it, but still, there's no suspension on a road bike.
So you can literally, if you try to go live from your phone on your bike with your phone affixed to your bike, you just hear like, that's the road, and then it's literally like you're having a seizure with the video. The video is just like all everywhere. So
I have an invention idea that I want to talk to you about off air. Do you have something that makes like clothing, like will design like an element to a piece of clothing? And it has to do with phones.
what?
Well, like an ascot?
Not yet, but for a shirt, but not a cut.
You want me to make an iPhone shirt?
A kangaroo. Yeah.
You want me to make No, I don't think I'm going to be making iPhone shirts.
Wait, a kangaroo like a something to a pouch?
Pouch.
Well, you said it's an invention, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to get with maybe Jeff, some of your other real rich investors.
Wait, why are you turning his idea down? This is Bubba's Shark Tank. We haven't really even heard it out yet, Bubba.
Well, I mean,
we've got at least $500 to throw down on this invention.
I'm not interested in doing a Bubba Army kangaroo pouch shirt. Like, that's what you're getting at?
I wasn't necessarily saying in the Bubba Army version of it. I'm just saying in general, because so many people
Now I'm a shirt man.
Now
I'm a shirt. I'm trying to master radio and content distribution. Now I'm going to be a
You got to keep branching out, Bubba, because something's going to pop. Like, this kangaroo, like, shirt pocket gimmick, like, this could be what gets you all the way back on top.
No, listen, stop.
All the way.
Imagine if you're like a Antifa protester. Now you have two hands free.
Oh. Well, protesting gear, that could be...
So you're talking about...
Like a shirt that holds an iPhone.
Yeah, a shirt. I know they make those.
I ain't never seen one.
Let me...
I'm Googling it.
immediately.
Not super high-end, expensive ones.
No. really nice ones.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like-
it means your shirt would have to fit very tight in order to secure your iPhone in there. Like
Everything does now.
most people, no, most people don't like. Listen, all the Antifa and all the Palestinian protesters I've seen, none of them are in shape. They're all a bunch of fat bitches. So in fact,
Clothes are tight, Clothes are tight.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like there's not. Here's the thing.
Those pricks
You're
called off the hunger strike too.
You're instantaneously, not targeting a good-looking subsect of. You're already targeting an asshole.
Oh, but what about that girl with the low-cut, tight shirt that just needs like a little pocket for her phone, so everyone can watch her, eat her sushi?
It is hot when they put their phones in the back pocket, though.
Yeah, but imagine if it was right between the boobs.
It's hotter if you could get a cleavage deal.
Oh, you can go backwards and forward.
Maybe the next time I go biking with the Merch Crickets, I try to use her phone to go live on YouTube and jam it on her cleavage, and it'd be the cleavage cam.
Oh, there you go.
I think her jugs would wrap. Then I could take some maybe let me. I'm showing it on camera now. It'll probably be a few seconds, but take some of this this adhesive. Like stuff that you'd wrap like a wrist in or something, Dan, and it's got a sticky backing to it. You've seen it.
Coban, yeah.
Yeah, you use this all the time.
It sticks to itself and it's stretchy.
Yeah, it sticks to itself and stretchy.
Just use a glue stick, Bubba.
So if I took that, and I really, with her being naked, I put the phone between her cleavage, and then I use some of that to go a couple times around the farm to really get those, really set in. That'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Bubba, I really do think there is something to the cleavage cam, as long as it's like following you around. I think there's something there.
With Merch Crick.
Yeah.
That's why. Dan, can you bring me a couple of, do you have any of this at home, at work?
I got to snake it from TOS.
The surgery center.
Can you? Can you
Yeah, of course.
Think you can snake me too?
Couple.
All right,
sure.
thanks. I mean, if you, oh my God, I just left
Please
this.
remind me.
I mean, as you're driving home,
You can take a crutch or two
hold
if you
on,
got one.
Seth goes, I'll take a crutch or two.
I know those are pricey. When people break their legs, I like to have one on
Yeah, but
standby.
Can I get a wheelchair in the back of the truck?
No, I'll tell you this though. Can I tell you what my buddy used to do? I swear to God, he had. Have you ever seen those crutches, kind of like Timmy from South Park?
Yeah.
They have like the crutches that kind of go up to your elbows, Lummy.
With a little hinge?
Yeah.
The real handicap ones?
Right. My buddy used to get front of the line boarding for all airlines. And they were retractable, so he could literally retract them. Dan, you make the legs so big, but you can also make them so small where they're almost just handles.
Right.
They're not very big.
Become like a billy club?
Yeah, smaller than that even. But he would put those. He'd put them in his backpack. When he was just walking around. But then as soon as he got to the airport, he slung his backpack over his shoulder, and then he'd break those out, and he would just literally. You didn't have to really he just would walk with them. Like just walk normal with them.
Also, people can't ask you nothing.
They
can't say nothing.
Hold on. You understand the legalities of it. So at that point, they can't say.
Nope.
Dan will tell you legally they cannot say what's wrong with you.
Nope.
Why do you think you need crutches?
F off.
Because at that point, man, it's a HIPAA violation running wild, and so there's not going to be an airline that. So Lummy,
can't challenge you.
He would get front of the line TSA.
Nice.
He would get front of the line boarding.
I can't believe Hogan used to do this. He couldn't get by in his celebrity, so he had to get by in the fake crutch deal.
Let me tell you about Hogan. Traveling with him is even next level. Traveling with him is he'd call Delta ahead or have Jimmy Hart or one of his managers call Delta ahead and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know Hulk Hogan's going to be coming in on flight 5949. He's going to be going. He'll be arriving into Tampa at the gate at whatever long-term, short-term parking." And literally, Lummy, we would go to a short-term parking, Section 98, go all the way down to the gate floors, and they would have one of those courtesy carts.
Oh man,
one of those courtesy. Yes,
come on,
the big-time celebrities. Yes, so
because it's so hard to ride the tram over to the terminal.
just
sorry.
Why not?
I'm sorry. I got you.
If
there's like 50 feet to walk in our terminals.
No, but I'm just saying, Dan. Other airports, we'd fly into Delta,
like Miami,
like Atlanta,
like Atlanta.
Oh God,
and like. They would literally, like in Atlanta, there's secret tunnels that actually attach all the fingers of Atlanta Hartsfield. You know, there's so many trains you got to ride in Atlanta. Atlanta's the worst. Well, not when you're VIP and you're Hulk Hogan. They get you a golf cart, a 4-person golf cart, and then they literally, Lummy, run you right on through the deep, dark, underground personnel-only tunnels. At LAX, they'd pick you up and take you right to the curbside. That is even better than the Timmy crutches.
Wow.
But the Timmy
crutches seem like they helped getting on the plane. The Hogan's deal is way better for getting off the plane.
Both. To the plane and on the plane.
Oh, so after he went through security, they take him on the golf cart to the plane too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it looks like, I guess in Chicago a couple years ago.
He got in trouble for it, didn't he?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
What,
Why would he get in trouble? He's crippled.
Well, I mean, they're
by
like
a police officer.
Somebody.
Come on.
No, hold on. For this, and Lummy, doesn't this just validate
what you're saying? That's
everything that I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything that I'm saying.
By the way, none of this was planned. We didn't plan for me to mention Hogan and for Lummy to pull this up and for Bubba to be proven right. This all just happened organically.
Right.
For being intellectually honest, which we are.
Thank you, Seth.
God bless
for the setup.
Yes.
I just wish if the pre-roll would have only been like a 5 and then you could skip, we would have been bam right into the video. But let me, they gave us a full-blown non-skippable 15.
Of course.
That's the way to do it, Bubba.
I know. To completely screw us over.
We got the live. Here we go.
Oh, brother, my Uber's got a siren.
Oh, we love Chicago PD.
He's driving straight to the airplane.
Hold on. This is the
kind
kind
on the runway.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is the kind of service I'm talking about. Now we never got in a cop car with a siren on, but literally they would sometimes drive us on the tarmac, and then we would go up the stairs. Where the guy that takes like your strollers and all those kind of things, and then they have a set of stairs that go right down to the bottom.
Right, the chute.
The chute. They would drive me and Hogan to the chute. Usually we'd be on like some kind of courtesy airport golf cart. Never did we get sirens, but I never got this.
We got the live. Here
I mean, this does validate, Lummy, what I was saying.
Yes,
when I traveled with Hogan, 90% of the time, this is how you get it.
Go.
Oh, brother, my Uber's got a siren.
You know what?
Did this cop get in trouble?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
He was having too much fun.
Just fly
we love
private, man.
Yeah, now he does.
Chicago PD.
Yes, sir. Chicago PD for life.
This is hold on. This is before I think he won us. Let me tell me what year this is
2019.
from. Oh, okay. So he'd already won us.
He's living large, baby.
Well, watch that.
He's got enough money at this point. He can fly private.
It's a truck, brother.
Protect and
But
serve.
I wanted to pay $16 for the Uber, brother.
Actually, there's
We got the live. Here we go.
What's that, Lemmy? Here's another
I'm
one.
sending you a longer video of it.
Oh God, I can't take
Insider edition.
Oh, we love Chicago.
Yeah, I mean,
So the guy in the back got them all in trouble.
Jimmy Hart.
that was Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
But Hogan probably told him to tape it. Or was that?
Yeah, it looks like it's from Hogan's Facebook. It says up in the corner. So
Yeah, it was probably Ronnie. That's his assistant, Ronnie. And Ronnie, back when I hung out with Hogan, he was just a barnacle scraper. All he did was take care of Hogan's boats and jet skis, and he turned that into being Hogan's assistant after I got thrown out of there.
you were Hogan's assistant?
I wasn't his assistant, but I was his best friend. And then after, he no longer had me as a best friend. If you're Hogan, you need to get a new best friend.
So you got replaced by the barnacle scraper?
Well, yeah, because Hogan's so insecure.
He's offered a ride in a police.
He has to always have a best friend.
He's like Steven with Krista, like he can't be without her.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Perfect analogy. Here we go.
There is fury after Hulk Hogan is offered a ride in a police car with lights and sirens wailing.
My Uber's got a siren.
The wrestler was being driven by a uniform officer across the tarmac at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Hogan and
you guys know how much walking there is at O'Hare.
Oh, yeah.
Seth, I know you've traveled to Chicago, and O'Hare is a mess.
Oh yeah, that's why you try to go into Midway sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
companions had just landed.
But Midway's actually a shiz hole, too.
Yeah, it is. You know, you take what you can get, though.
But Midway, you might have a little less traffic getting to where you are.
Yeah.
Both suck?
Both suck.
And they were all given the royal treatment.
Oh, we love Chicago PD.
Yes, sir. Chicago PD for life.
For life.
God.
Well, watch that truck, brother.
Protect and serve.
Hogan and his buddies were apparently being given the ride so they could avoid the crowds at the baggage claim area. At one point, the wrestler joked about getting the VIP treatment.
Coming in hot, man. It's just not normal driving around without a siren.
He's so high at this point. He's like, I want the siren back.
We need to get one of those.
Get in so much trouble.
Hogan's buddy seems to realize there could
Jimmy Hart
be a PR problem.
Don't get in trouble doing this.
Oh, no, trust me. No. That's my sergeant. He's all for it. Okay.
Hogan's ride is now triggering major controversy. Police said in a statement to Inside Edition, this escort was not authorized by the department. The video is of significant concern.
Man, come on.
SC, $10 Canadian.
But Dan, do you know how many some real rich people that have to, walk through the airport the regular way? And, Hogan's not a dignitary or listen, I expect that type of, maybe that type of service for maybe a congressman or
like a real celebrity?
Not even a real celebrity, like, more like just towards somebody that.
Important?
Yeah, like governmentally important. Like,
So you don't think like Brittany Griner should have gotten a police escort?
No.
Eric Rugen,
in fact,
20.
I don't think in fact, I don't know that she did. I don't know that she did. So anyway. What were we talking about earlier? I forget.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Dr. Dan and Seth bike riding together.
Oh yeah, those two. Yeah, they're bike riding. So are you guys gonna do this? I think it would be great if you guys would do this.
Well, first of all, my first concern was upsetting you. I even said that. I don't want to step on Bubba and me, biking.
Listen, I want you guys to go out and do as unlike. I don't know why you don't think I with all of my YouTube and X and Twitter and all that, I encourage every one of you guys to go out and do stuff. I don't ever say no to content ever.
I just like to clear things with you first.
I understand.
I don't ever want to upset you.
But if you're creating content for the show, now here's what I would get mad about. This is the only thing that makes me mad is that if you guys go out and do something super spectacular, and then you don't tape it, or you use it for like your own personal social media and not let the show have it instead of you, because
I'm not going to do it,
because
Seth.
the show is going to make. Listen, the show's bigger than all of you personally. I mean, I know Rhett has his own stuff and Seth has his own stuff, and I think you got your own stuff. But I think if you're representing the show, or I just think that the show it would be more beneficial to even your paycheck, because content is what we make our living on. And I think, the spectacular footage that Seth could potentially put on his very personal stuff and not put on Bubba's stuff would be, I think it'd be better on Bubba's stuff and his stuff, but that you always give me a shot at it too, because you're representing, content creates, money, and money pays your paycheck.
That's right.
And if I've made you, a superstar enough to be able to go out and create content that people would potentially want to watch, then I think that one's on me. I think you owe it to me. I think at the end of the day. So Lummy, I think you did some stuff this weekend that we probably are going to watch. You were part of the WCW, CCCW, CWCCW.
Yeah, the CCW. Yeah,
big time.
Coastal Carolinas. What, I don't even know what it's called. Is it CWC?
Coastal Championship Wrestling.
There you go. Coastal Championship Wrestling, and I think is it based out of Tampa? Is that where the coastal?
No.
Is that where the coastal comes?
No, it's based out of off the East Coast.
20 years this year, though.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. This thing's been around 20 years?
Yeah, they've been doing shows around this area since 04, 05.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, and a lot of the wrestlers really respect you, Bubba.
Yeah, back in the day, they got some footage from 05, 06 of Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes. They had some big names stop through the promotion every now and again.
I think I might have wrestled. I think me and Dusty Rhodes might have wrestled. I don't know what federation it was, but me and Dusty Rhodes took on Kevin Sullivan and I forget. I think maybe Horace Hogan.
Lummy, what was the name of that one referee?
In a doubles match over at the is the old Pinellas Expo Hall still up? I mean, there used to be an old Sam's Club, and then Pinellas County bought it like I don't know how many years ago and made it kind of like a mini expo hall where they would have gun shows and stuff like that. Is that still around? Seth, you might know more than me.
I think there's a Largo has like a expo hall possibly.
Yeah, right off of 19.
Is it okay?
And it used to be kind of
You're
like
talking about the one in Pinellas Park, Bubba?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
And is it an expo hall?
Yeah, well, it's a Reptile Expo Hall.
It's a what?
It says Tampa Reptile Expo Hall.
Erectile or
reptile?
Let me slow down. What is the name of the building?
It says the Show Me Reptile and Exotic Show.
What? Slow down. When
I typed in it, it comes up and all it says.
Hey, you're not supposed to read.
The Show Me Reptile, and that's where the address is.
So we're saying that maybe Show Me Reptile bought
a
35,000 square foot facility.
That's what it's looking like
for reptiles.
To sell lizards.
Yes, that's what it is looking like.
Really?
Yes.
Me and Dusty Rhodes did a show over there, and I don't know if it might have been for this federation. It was a kind of a local but bigger federation, and it was me and Dusty Rhodes taking on Kevin Sullivan, and I think Horace Hogan.
So there was one guy there who was older. He said he wrestled you at 90. What was it, 98?
Yeah. 95 or 96, he said.
Yeah.
And then you beat the living crap out of him, and it was with Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, then that's the guy.
Okay.
And it was at the Pinellas Expo Hall, which is now the Reptile Center, and it was me and Dusty Rhodes versus this guy that you met, Lummy, at your thing. Is he the booker or is he?
Yeah, he's kind of like an old school kind of manager.
Right.
He manages some guys. I'm trying to think of his name.
Yeah.
We got him on video, but
I wish I could find.
Did you know you're a legend in the wrestling industry still, Bubba?
I know, especially locally.
I mean, you've been doing it for 20 years.
I mean,
25 years.
I mean, why didn't they ask the old timer to do a high spot? They should have had me do a high spot.
They want you to do one. We have said before that you're retired from wrestling. You hung up your boots.
Yeah, I know, but I can always come back.
Okay.
I can always come back for a local high spot to put one of my. I mean, I'm thinking here. Can I just tell you?
Of course.
The booker and me. This whole show's kind of like pro wrestling, where I'm the booker, sitting in the gorilla position, calling the shots, and you guys are out there doing the high spots. I mean, it's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Seth, more so that feeling than any other radio program.
I think, yeah. I mean, I've never really been in the wrestling industry, but this definitely feels like it.
Thank you.
God bless.
So I'm thinking just the promoter and me would think that like Jimmy, you're out there working somebody, or whatever you get it. I don't think you know how to work. Like I couldn't tell you. I couldn't grab your head and say, "Hey, drop down, get it again, watch the boot." I don't think you'd know what that means. I mean, you've not been trained. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No, I've not been trained. No.
I'd be like, okay, listen, take me to the middle. Let's do a show of strength. I'll smash your fingers, feed you into the corner, watch the boot. I'm gonna come off the second, then end around sunset flip.
I mean,
you wouldn't understand.
Well, I know like the feats of strength, and I know with the hands and go to the corner. I mean, listening to them talk because I was there 3 hours before the event.
Oh yeah,
hell,
man. They completely planned it out.
It was awesome.
Like, listen, you lock up. I'll throw you to the corner, then reverse me, watch the boot. I'll come off the second, roll. I'll oversell my back, come in. Feed into a like a Shawn Michaels, Karate Kid kick. Feed that into that. Come back, go outside the ring, work the crowd for 2 or 3 minutes. I'll jump back outside. We'll almost get double disqualified. We'll both slide in and come in and wrap me up into a schoolboy.
Yeah, they laid it out and they kept changing it, laying it out, and
right.
all the words, like Shakespeare off and all the stuff that he always say.
Isn't it amazing? All my words that I've been able to incorporate to people think that is true. I mean, they're true. Like I actually heard Pat McAfee last week bring up kayfabe.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, you can say what you want about me, or I think I'm full of myself, or I say I did this and I did that. I'm in full disclosure, Lummy, I didn't invent No Panties Thursday.
Oh.
I stole that.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a wrestling move?
No. I mean, one of my most prestigious radio days. Nope. Back in the day, remember we had Redneck Monday.
Yeah.
We had Lesbian Tuesday. We had, what would we have Wednesday? Oh, I can't tell you what we had Wednesday. Bizac Wednesday. We would only have his Hispanic people kids all is. So Wednesdays were on there. Thursdays was No Panties Thursdays, and Friday was Fat Philly Friday. So people just call me up getting high. And so, so No Panties Thursday, probably the most popular of that. I got from when I did nights at Chicago, Eddie and Jobo, the morning team, legendary morning team, great guys. They had No Panties Thursday. And so when I went to Chicago, I'm like, man, I'm just going to rip that off. Nobody's and I almost became legendary. Some people think that I invented it, but
I thought you did.
But I really didn't. But I don't steal ideas from people. People steal ideas from me. How did we get into that topic? I forget, Lummy.
But you're talking about Pat McAfee?
Oh, no, I was talking about how I may proclaim to have done this first on the radio, and chances are I am. Lummy, I think I'm the first one to shock the vagina.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm the first one for Shiz Hits the Fizz.
Right.
I think I'm the first one for Eel Dunk Tank.
Karaoke. Shot collar karaoke.
Shot collar karaoke. I was absolutely the first one for that. I was the first one for the 12 Boobs of Christmas. I've been first. On a lot of, very, 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 instrumental and very important,
The Daily Cube.
Right when things are going good. And then he comes in.
What a dick.
What a dick.
What a dick.
Anyway, Lummy, I think that I could probably safely say that as far as wrestling terms, Mark, Blue Jay, Shakespeare Off, Kayfabe, Babyface, Heel, Juice the Hard Way, Spud, all the terms over the years that I've used since about 1989 when I was in Chicago. Actually in 1990, because 1990 is when I first got trained. I went through almost 2 years of training with a guy named Tom Stone. He had a wrestling school in Milwaukee. And that's where, Lummy, the Texas Hangman owned half of it.
Really?
The Texas Hangman owned half of this wrestling school, and that's who taught me how the basic stuff that I knew, And then, Lummy, hanging around Hogan, I was practically, Then the WCW and the WWF knows that I have limited skill, the set, but I do know how to work. And they're like, and Texas Hangman moves down here. So he was the dude, Lummy, that when I wrestled in Milwaukee, Texas Hangman always put me over. You're only as good as the guy that can put you over. So Texas Hangman, Dan, he was, he's the kind of guy that he wrestled for WCW and WWF, and he. I was on although the undercard, but he still was that good, and he did independent shots, and he did independent shots in Japan. Texas Hangman did independent shots in Puerto Rico.
He had a long career doing it.
He was just, he wasn't a superstar,
but he was
in the wrestling business.
He was like Fitzpatrick. Right. He was in there a long time.
It's like special teams. Seth, there can be some guys that play nothing but special teams for 10 years in the league and make a pretty good living at it.
Yeah,
you need that guy.
Yeah, so like a bullpen catcher too.
Yeah. So he teaches me, and so our first couple matches were in Milwaukee, just tore the house down, Lummy, because he would call the spots, and then 3 or 4 weeks before we were wrestled, we would actually go through our entire match. So it was perfect.
Do guys ever get lost in the middle of a match?
Oh yeah, it's called go home. So let's say you and I are wrestling and you've completely forgot the script,
which doesn't seem unreasonable to happen.
Well, but then at that point, man, you don't know how to work, because a guy, there's the heel always calls the match. I'm getting into some real kayfabe stuff now, but the heel always calls the match.
And do they do audibles during the match?
Yes.
Okay.
But the heel is the guy that calls the match, unless you're wrestling with like a Hogan or a Rock or somebody like that who might be a heel, or might be a babyface, but because of his status in the industry, there'd be no way, Like, Lummy, if Hogan went out to wrestle like, Disco Inferno, and Disco Inferno is the heel, right? But Hogan's calling it.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in the dressing room, the heel that's supposed to be calling the match tells the babyface that's way over, "Hey, listen, tell me what we're doing tonight." That's what they do, and then they walk through the match, and and a lot of times with the new guys, Lummy, they don't even get to call their own match. The booker, the guy running, the agent,
the producers, right?
The agent in charge. It's like it used to be Johnny Laurinaitis and Kevin Sullivan and all these guys. They call them the bookers. The agents, they're the ones that are telling the young guys how their matches are going. The young guys, they can't even call their own matches.
No.
The bookers and the guy that owns the promotion, he's going through and telling the inexperienced guys who's doing what. So how I picture this, I know, thank you for the bell. How I picture this is like you go out to do because you don't know how to work. Like you can't do a 15-minute match.
No.
Oh man,
no way.
Lumby killed it this weekend.
He couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't do that.
Me and the Hangman could.
Oh yeah.
Maybe me and the Hangman, if they pay me enough, tell them to get a hold of me. I'll give them a number for me and the Hangman.
Okay. No, I mean they did. They talked about doing another one, and if you wanted to make an appearance.
Well, no, I mean I'll work.
Okay.
But I mean they're gonna have to write a big check.
Okay.
Me and the Hangman to come out of retirement.
There you go.
So that's not going to happen. It's going to cost him too much.
I gotcha.
So let's just say you go out there as a little valet bitch.
Yes.
Somebody's back up.
Yep.
And
Dude, Lumby was bigger than the wrestlers.
Lumby goes.
Massive, man.
Lumby, I don't know how this past one went. I'm sure you went over. Well, here, Lumby, I've not even watched 1 second of your match.
Oh.
But here's what I predict happened.
Okay.
There was some dude out there wrestling who's really, really popular. He's the big baby face. And he's working. Somehow he gets in trouble. Might even have, gotten, dirty dogged, face planted with a chair. Stuff that they cut. It's called a cut off. They cut him off somehow. He's now in trouble. You go in to rescue the baby face. And beat the crap out of the bad guy that dirty dogged the baby face, and you come in and save the day, and the bad guy rolls out. He's done. He's scared, and both the baby face and Lummy's hands get raised.
No, that's what I thought was going to happen.
That's
too.
what shit. Hold on, hold on. Then they need to talk to me, bitch, on how they're using my guy. Because if they're not using my, no, he's my guy.
You don't even know what happened.
No, he's my guy.
He went over.
I thought that, yeah, but no.
Hold on. Let me go to words, and you tell me.
I can't wait to see it.
First of all, you got any footage of it?
Oh yeah, I have the short. Red has all the footage. He's putting it together.
Can you at least give me something to look at?
Yes, I'll send
and then
you
you
the
can
kick.
tell me how you went over.
Yes, sir.
You did go over though.
Yes, I did.
So let me get a hold of the dudes. Next time you can be my valet.
Perfect.
Texas Hangman can have me in a very vicarious situation where I'm almost dead, almost ready to die, and then you come in and lay the boots to the Texas Hangman.
Let's do it.
Texas, and then then Texas Hangman gets juiced the hard way. Comes up, next thing you know, Lummy cracked open the Texas Hangman skull, saved Bubba.
That's right.
Bubba was 1, 2, 3, almost pinned out until Lummy came in with a chair over the head. Texas Hangman
taking him out, saving Daddy.
Do you feel like you need one last match, Bubba?
I don't know, maybe.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Retirement. Yeah, one match only.
Go ahead and get you the dirty snake.
Yeah, Doctor, I want you to come and get the dirty snake.
Lummy, you should ask if they want to talk.
No, they do.
Me and the Hangman.
Yeah.
I can't wrestle anybody but the Hangman.
Okay.
And then I'll get you involved. So, but I just gotta see. I gotta see your skill set.
Oh, okay. I'm on the outside.
Good morning, Jamie Flynn. Beach Metal, Camp Scott, Kenny Powers, Chick Neese, Mr. Spencer. Don Hamdorf, that's funny. What's up, Rack Bomb? Big Buck. Stop advocating for that.
Okay, I'm on PayPal. Let me sign on PayPal. Nothing. No PayPal.
Big Buck. Mary Guatemala, good morning. Again,
pancakes last week. Oh my god, they're unreal. Alright, Group of Lips, Dre Days, Love Army for Life, Pow Wow, Ohio 420. Those are all off your tongue, but it's a cool name. Group of Lips. Big Bug. Liz, good morning. Picky Short Strucker. Lizaire. What's up, Nick? Snizzle, that's funny. iPhone holder in the towel. That's pretty funny.
So Dan, we're going to be off on, of course, Memorial Day, and then that Friday before Memorial Day, we're off too.
Okay.
Just so that you know.
Okay, thank you.
And then you got to let me know what your summer schedule is once you get it, as far as when you're going to New Jersey and stuff.
Right, we're trying to lock those dates in right now.
Yeah, so let me know. Give me those dates because I will.
Okay.
I might have like Gene come in or something like that.
June 7th, I'm probably not going to be here. Honorable J.
Okay.
That I'm pretty sure about.
Okay, no Diaco. Okay, gotcha. And then we're going to take off that Friday for July 4th. July 5th, actually. We're taking, the show's taking.
Oh, yeah, it's 4th of July.
We're taking the 3-4. We're taking the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The 4th is Thursday. And then, but what we do return on Monday the 8th, which you might not be back.
Well, we'll see. I'll figure it out.
But I don't want you flying back, doing the show, and then flying back. Like, I don't want you doing
If I fly back and forth, it's not just to do the show, it's also maybe to bang out a couple surgeries.
Okay. If that's the case, that's fine.
Okay.
But promise me that. Because
Yes, I promise. This was them all.
I'm going to be out most of July. I've got traveling.
Really? Where do you think you're going?
I need some
Argentina. And then I'm going on a cruise to Alaska.
Army for life. You can see some northern lights.
Well, shoot me the days. And I'll tell you whether I'll approve them or not.
It's July 1st through the 31st.
Oh, yeah. You're only going to get 3 of those paid.
3 days?
Yeah, 3 of those will be paid.
3 days paid, weekends. I need truly about 19 days off. Okay.
So you have those 19 days off. You'll get like
3 days worth of pay.
16 non-paid.
16 non-paid.
I like bringing up the negative portion of it first.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my my multiple journeys that I had planned.
Okay, perfect.
See, Seth doesn't need it money. He's making so much money.
Which, because you gotta take when you take time off, and when you take time off, then you're also fucking yourself on your podcast too.
I'm not. I haven't taken a day off. I don't think. What's up, Maria?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Missed part of the show? We got you covered at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to Bubba Live Worldwide.
So many things to talk about. We've been distracted. I don't know how many different times. Let me thank you to Fish on the J, the first PayPal contributor of the day. Thank you so very much. Venmo and PayPal, both at the Bubba Army. And then let me see, we got
Eric Rogan 20 on the Venmo.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Couple things talking about the financial portion of the show. Lummy, don't forget, if you watch us on YouTube, of course you can. The financial portion of that is super chats, super chats, which have been doing really well. I'm trying to remind people on how they can help us out now that it seems like Cash App is not an option. I'm just
pathetic,
beside myself. I'm beside myself as to what. And here's the thing: they can't even I've been on my 12th person. By the way, Lummy, they send me an email after everybody's when when one of them's going to expire, because I think they after 15 days they expire. So Lumby, if I send you $50 on Cash App and then you don't have the ability or you don't accept it within 2 weeks, then it gets kicked back to me as a refund. So it emails me and says, hey, you just kicked back $30 from Las Vegas Mario, or so it sends you kind of like a reminder or an email that you just got some more of money that they're holding taken away. So I've been on the phone with them, 12, 13 different representatives, and there's just something that they won't tell me. Like there's some kind of notation or disclaimer on my account when they pull it up.
Bubba, do you have a total of the amount of money that you've lost because they had to cash back?
I can find out.
Because that's your damages. So you arguably now have damages because of this ridiculous phantom ghost blockage on you.
And here's the thing, and here's the thing, Dan. If they would say, Mr. Bubba the Love Sponge, the Bubba Army, here's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? Here's why you're blocked. Then I could at least address that and be like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. We're not.
Has it cracked $10,000 yet?
Probably. Oh yeah. Of course. Yes, of course. I mean,
so they've come in and gone away?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I've had it for quite a while, and I've gotten like 3 years worth of. They send you a 1099, and you have to pay taxes on what you accumulate. It's a tax thing. I've provided them my federal tax ID number. I've provided Cash App with my taxes. I've sent my tax returns to them. I've sent pictures of my driver's license. I've taken pictures. They make you get on their app and then put your face inside of this little template, like 3 different ways. Mm-hmm. And I've taken pictures on that. And then when you go to my account, it says that I'm verified. Verified. So then when somebody sends us some money,
like Ross Messenger did, $50 Cash App.
Yeah, it'll be like verify them. And it used to just go right into the account. No problem. Like right now, $50 from this guy. What's his name?
Ross Messenger.
Ross Messenger would have been in our account. Boom. Well, now they put it in the account, but they don't let you take it out. And when you go to take it out, it says you must verify your identity. That kicks you right back to the 14th person I've spoke to now, because I have verified my identity. I have verified that my business is a legitimate business with a federal tax ID number. I've had 0 chargebacks. What's the problem? And they always say like, oh, then they go, every time they offer me, listen, maybe you should start using your personal account. Maybe switch your business to a personal, or why don't you use our other service, which is Square. They own Square too. Which is another, way to process credit cards or something like that. Like if we were,
we're just out at the Juneteenth or something.
If we're at the flea market
selling candles,
and if we're at the flea market and we're selling Bubba Army shirts, and you need a way to mobily process credit cards, you use this app called Square, and it even gives you like you plug into your phone. It gives you like the slider,
the little white square. It's a little white square slider.
You slide the credit. So they're like, you can either switch your The Bubba Army business account to a personal, or maybe we can interest you in applying for a Square account. And I'm like, no.
T-shirt Will 25 Venmo, Las Vegas Mario 25 Venmo, and Grouper Lips 25 Venmo.
So thank you.
Nick the Gun Guy, $5.
More importantly, Venmo and PayPal mean more than they ever have. And by the way, all of our ways for you to help us every one of them is at the Bubba Army. And for instance, our super numbers have been going up because they've been like, hey, I lost my Cash App, but I'm hooked up with my with my YouTube deal here, so I'll just super you some money. So you can super us money. Twitch has always been around with the bits.
Yep.
I think Facebook has the stars.
They sure do.
And then I think Rumble has the rants.
They do.
So, again, screw you, Cash App.
So you can get like prostitutes with Cash App, but you can't, fund the show.
Sure.
It's ridiculous.
So Dan, let me ask you a question. If I get the data together as to, can maybe we write them a nice little legal beagle with?
And the question that I had that I don't think you really answered yet was, since they've tied up your account, How much money has been like given to you and then like bounced back to the givers?
I can give you that amount.
That's the number that I'm really interested in because that's really what your damages are.
Well, and then the damages moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say, okay, well, they averaged this month a month,
and you're not getting it now.
And so not only how are we not getting it now, but for how many more years are we going to be in business?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that number could be scary, couldn't it?
Sure could. Could throw it into federal court.
Lummi, thank you. I don't know if Rhett. Okay, so this is a Rhett deal.
Yes.
Don't forget that on June, what day is it? June
22nd.
June 22nd, Saturday. And I got to tell you, man, if you listen to the show and you live within, I don't know, maybe like Jacksonville, like if you live within 2 or 3 hours of Tampa and you want to have a good time on a Saturday night, this is a really, really good time. It really is. It's single A baseball. So that in itself, let me it's not the main. It's like we probably couldn't act the way we do at a Major League Baseball sanctioned game.
No, probably not.
You know what I'm saying?
Security would probably shut us down.
I don't think
Really?
I don't think the Rays would. I don't think we'd be welcome back after the way if we acted the way we do at these games at a Rays game, and they had us right over there by the bullpen, Lummi, in that little picnic area,
Yep.
and we had the ability to cat call the opposing team's bullpen.
And the team wants us to do it.
And then listen, I don't know, but I wonder if the opposing team goes to the Tampa Tarpons and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know, man, you have about 40 or 50 assholes on over there by the bullpen that were saying like some of the most obnoxious stuff ever. Did you guys know that?" And the Tampa Tarpons are like, "Yeah, we know. We put them over there."
Cash App customer service, $19.99 super chat.
Oh, that's.
Thank you for the 20.
Yeah, I mean,
if we can't laugh, but we're gonna cry.
Right, exactly. So anyway, Lummi, I got to tell you, and it's all you can eat, and it's all you can drink for beer, wine, and soft drinks and water.
Yep. And the food was delicious. Last time
And
the
food
was unbelievable.
Man, like, let me tell you something. If you go, what times the games usually start? 7:05?
6:35, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Don't eat any dinner.
No.
Don't eat any dinner. Like, have a light lunch and then be ready to load up on some good ass food.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Lummi, here's the promo for it. And I would highly encourage. Maybe you're somebody who Lummi, we know that Creatine Travis is going to be there. We know that Big Red's going to be there. We know, like the
staples of
Bob Cooks and the Teases and the Poitresses,
the Whizzies.
But if someone's never come out to an event before, they would feel comfortable here.
Yes. Let's say you're some dude in Lakeland. You drive a truck. And you're big Bubba Army, but you don't have a screen name, and you just like the show.
Yeah, you don't chat.
Yeah, you don't chat. In fact, most don't. If you're smart, you wouldn't, because chat will chat will kill you. You got to know how to handle chat. Chat's like a feral cat. It's nice until it's not. Then it'll attack you and make you feel bad about yourself and everything. So, Lummi, if you're just like a casual Bubba Army listener and you wanted to come out and meet some great Bubba Army characters, hey, maybe you always wanted to know what Brian from Philly looked like.
That's right. It's kind of like a Barp Light. Those parties are huge.
You're right. We usually have like 100 people there. It's like a Barp Light.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe you always wanted to know what Tease looked like, or maybe you want to know how sexy Heather Wiz or Maria Guatemala.
And how big Big Red is.
And how big Big Red is. And how Creatine Travis looks like he's lost volume. He's so mad at me right now. So anyway, Lummi, this is the promo that Rhett made. Thank you so much, Rhett. And this is on our Twitter, this is on our Facebook, this is on our Insta. Is it on our Insta, Sethy?
I don't think so.
Can you instant cuss?
Sure.
By the way, I just want to forewarn you that this is the most embarrassing throw I've.
Oh, come on, really?
Yes, it's the. Yeah.
It got over the plate.
Don't. By the way, Lummi, only those true, because I was told by Evan Longoria. Evan Longoria goes, the first, when I was big time Lummi, I would throw it out for the Rays.
Yes.
And Evan Longoria was actually my friend, and we had my cell phone number, and we would talk and stuff. So usually the backup bullpen catcher. Like you don't got Aaron Judge out there catch. Like when a dignitary at Yankee Stadium's throwing out the first pitch, they don't put Aaron Judge out there.
No.
They usually put some. It's either the catcher or it's usually the bullpen catcher.
Yeah, yes.
Not anybody of significance. So when I did my first one with the Rays, my second one with the Rays, Evan Longoria comes up to me and says, "Hey, I'll be the catcher.
That's cool.
I'll catch." And
Which
then,
is really cool.
Which is super
Yeah,
cool.
super cool.
But he said, "Listen, don't step on the chalk. Step over the chalk on first base lines because it shows everybody in the ball in the home team whether you have the the proper baseball etiquette or not."
No, but the etiquette is bad luck. Like pitchers don't ever step on the line because it's
no,
bad
I know,
luck. Yeah.
but what I'm saying is
It also screws up the line.
They don't usually tell Mayor Jane Castor don't step on the chalk. Like a ball player had to tell you that.
Like I wouldn't know that.
Right.
Like I would have known
and you
that.
just would have strutted right on out there,
Right.
and if
Sliding
the chalk happened to be on your shoes, so be it. And so about half the people step on the chalk.
Yeah.
And so Longoria's like, "Don't step on the chalk. I'll explain later." I was like, "Okay." So watch when this was the Tarpons deal on me, but I'm always really, really careful not to step on the chalk. Watch.
And in this video, it's a good angle of where our third base club is.
Which, by the way, this is our whole area. This whole area right here.
Yep.
And if we wanted to, they would open up the top. But I'm like, let's just keep it down here because it's going to be hotter than hell.
Yes.
And so they open up these windows, but all this is air conditioned in here. And there's food and drink and bartenders and chairs and monitors and everything. Anything you write in this area. Then there's a big railing. And so a lot of us gather there. And then, Lummy, for this whole section, like Seth, if you want to go down actually and sit in this front row and get that perspective, you can. So, Lummy, we got all of this.
Yep.
All of this whole entire building.
Yep.
And then this is the hot spot right here. The railing, because bullpen. Down here is where all the teams are warming up, and Lummy, I borderline show off.
You sure do.
I kind of show out. I show off.
You do.
So as you can see, I strategically now, Dan, good point to know. What if, Dan, you would, invent a cure for cancer and be, the most popular doctor in the world, and they'd want you out throwing first pitches, right? Now, Dan, don't step on the chalk. Remember that.
I will never forget.
Watch.
I'll never forget.
Boom. I didn't even miss a beat, but
Nope.
I specifically.
Timed it up.
No, look at me, look down. It looks like I'm looking for quarters, but look at I'm noticeably looking down, making sure that I strategically time my fat legs into not going on the chalk. Hold on, watch, ready? Over.
Play it again. I missed it.
You being a smart ass?
Sounds like it.
Smart ass. Son of a bitch. You're not immune to nothing, Rhett.
That looked good.
I was going to give him I look stupid for I was going to try to zookeep him, but it took so long to zookeep him that it makes me look like a zookeeper by not being able to zookeep him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then...
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
My calves look pretty good there.
They do.
I got great calves.
You do.
Hey, big boy, you throw one for him.
Oh, good, Lummy. I'm glad they cut out my pitch. Rhett, I love you.
Oh, well, just wait.
Thank you, Rhett, because I bounced it to the mascot. They put I think they put Johnny Snuffleupagus to catch my ball, didn't they?
They didn't even put a real player out there?
I don't even know.
Oh, God.
Wait, you skipped over it, Bubba.
Where?
Yeah, the pitch is there. You skipped the pitch.
I was horrible on the pitch. Look.
Wait, go back a little bit more.
Hold on. Right now that still shot right there, Seth, looks like I'm bringing the heat, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does.
I mean, it looks like
horizontal.
Wow.
This says All-American athlete right here.
Now, you don't know that this ball's not going to go in there at 85 miles an hour. What you do, what happens is the ball goes about 13 miles an hour and goes bloop.
Yeah, but a little farther back, they show, you're hitting and Dr. Dan's hitting.
Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a
See, no matter where I always look. Don't touch the chalk. Look.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game, for a ball game today.
I'm so trashed right here. Look at me. Completely junked.
Trashed on what? Because you don't drink.
You're all smiley.
Other stuff.
Okay, I gotcha. Say no more.
Stuff.
Shroom boy.
Oh, you're not going to...
Hello?
Okay.
Hey, Bubba, it's Zach from Eugene.
I'm going to play it.
Oh, no,
What?
Zach from Eugene.
I mean, is that what you guys want? I need to finish it out, right?
Yeah, I think Brett wanted you to film it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Lord.
Yes, Eugene. From where?
Hey, Bubba, it's Zach from Eugene.
Okay, yeah. From Eugene, Washington, or is that Eugene? Is
Oregon.
Washington.
Yeah.
No,
Oregon.
the great state of Oregon, my man.
All right, listen, gee, I'm not good on the West, okay? Come on, work with me. I mean, not a lot of people remember. In my world, you say
I got some
Eugene,
more good news
it's
for
either
you.
in Oregon or Washington. Eugene, Washington sounds about the same as Eugene, Oregon to me. I mean, what do you want?
Fair enough.
What do you want, buddy?
Well, I'm heartbroken. I cannot believe in all your social media and everything that you're excelling on, you just dropped the ball on the food review.
Buddy, listen, I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the food review.
What the hell?
Zach from Eugene, Washington, Oregon. Listen, last week was unbelievably busy with me. I had Pepe's graduation. I had
Those pictures were great.
Yeah,
the merch trick really.
Did you have hot dogs there at the Yingling?
I had a Bubba 199. I had a midweek graduation.
Mexican American.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, so sir, last week I missed it. But I'm gonna do a food review this week. I just missed it last week, buddy. My life got real busy last week, and I just couldn't fit the food review into my busy, hectic schedule. But it's not gone forever. I'm gonna do one this week. So, okay, is that cool? You go with that? Otherwise, usually I'm
Can I be honest?
the old Bubba.
Can I be honest?
What?
I'd like what you just rolled out to every worker out there in America. Now, the actual workers. What you just said is this: hey, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. It didn't happen, but it's going to happen coming around the corner.
Yeah, there you go, Bub. That works for all the just regular Bub Army out there. I appreciate you being the spokesperson for them. You thick, rugged Eugene.
Not really.
Eugene.
Can you please do me the aardvark fries? There's no... You started talking about the cilantro and all this and all that. You would actually like it.
I don't like guacamole. And the minute that I don't get it with guacamole,
there's no guacamole, Bubba.
On the aardvark fries?
No, there's no guacamole.
It's the pico that he's going to take off.
What's pico?
Yeah,
diced up tomatoes and onions.
He likes the pico.
No, he'll probably take that off.
I'll take the pico. If it means this guy doesn't get mad at me and want to send a bomb to the building, I'll take the goddamn pico.
But
okay?
you don't have a problem with onions or tomatoes, do you?
I'm taking the pico. I'm taking the pico, bitch. About to get mine in the pico.
And guess what?
What?
And guess what? Out of a member at a Syncom, I'm the biggest Dr. Dan fan. Part-time Liquid Ranch, part-time Bubba Army. I'm all in.
All right, buddy.
I'm telling you. Follow me.
Well, appreciate it. Gotta go. Thank you. Don't even know what the hell you want.
Didn't they legalize heroin in Oregon? Maybe that might.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
One of the best sport events, meals, or eating frenzies I've ever had was at the Targets games. I think I may have to put it in first place. Although I had a really good one at the Philadelphia Stadium this summer.
You should tell the Bucks that they need to use the
Pathetic
vinegar.
Bucks food.
They need to use the vinegar for their food.
It's disgusting. They think I got a contract for a few years.
Yeah, they probably saved like $5 for Aramark.
Aramark sucks. Well, my cousin's wife is like the vice president at Aramark. It was funny. I told her how I was in the box at the Phillies game because she's from Philadelphia. She goes, I've never been in the Aramark box. I'm like, you must be just a jobber for the company then. And she was so pissed.
You got it.
She's like one of the vice presidents. Yeah, I was in there and I had free everything. And then I had like a shopping spree at the merch store too. Hats and shirts and shit. They're like, get whatever you want.
Whatever you wanted.
And the Phillies are good, you know. I'm from Philly and they're a decent team, of course.
It's a nice stadium.
Oh, the stadium blows away anything that Tampa's ever come close to. There must have been 45, 50 restaurants in that stadium.
Where's that?
Philadelphia's baseball stadium.
Oh yeah, you mean in the big one?
Yeah, the new one. It's
Yeah.
relatively new.
The one in Philly.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And there's so many different places to eat. So many different like scenes and environments. There's even like a water park for the kids.
Slap and Go Steve.
It's unbelievable. Bama boy. Better Perez.
I think they kind of have that at the Clearwater one too.
Really? Some of that? Is that where they do spring training in Stillwater? So they had some of those elements there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in a restaurant there too.
What up, Grouper? What up, Berto?
I never saw so many restaurants in the stadium. I've been to a lot of stadiums.
Go Nuggets. Yeah, I can meet you today, big country. What time, like 4?
Let me thank you for doing my gimmick for me today.
No problem. Yeah, I did.
And when you get out back, see if you can tell me, because I'm thinking about adding 2 or 3 water. Just let me know if you think it made a difference.
Okay.
And if it didn't, then I won't do it. But if it does, I need to do it.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a look when the.
Also, send me that Walker pool gimmick.
What
up, Bubba?
On Instagram?
Okay. I didn't see it. I mean, I was there, but I know what you're talking about.
It's cute as hell.
All right.
All right, I'll see you at 4, man.
Holy shit, Lummy! Who negotiated this deal for you? I need to get involved with.
Well, I actually
just
kind of
stop.
volunteered for it.
Stop. I gotta start fucking. I can't let them job you out this bad.
What up, BMD?
I gotta step in here.
The
I
body.
need to know early. Pancakes or no pancakes today?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I sent you the Instagram.
You mean what?
I mean, you got a hankering for him, bud?
Well, kind of. I mean, it's either that or a protein shake. I'd rather have pancakes.
Well, okay.
Thanks, Wolfgang.
Okay, so how many? 4? Did Red eat them last time or no?
No, you don't have to give me any.
Huh? So just be Seth and Bubba?
No, I don't need any, Dan.
So just me and Bubba?
Red, do you want them?
Red, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Red!
Thumbs up.
I can't tell.
Thank you, though.
Thumbs down?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I did, Brian. Thank you. I did. I actually think I still have it in my backpack. I think I have one in my backpack still.
You did it!
I'm gonna get heat with you on this, Lummy.
Okay.
That needs to be up on B. Fucking Bubba.
Does he have his own Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was up there.
Yeah. You might want to get a hold of your bitch. Fucking start running a little tighter ship, okay?
All right.
Hold on. Here we go.
Pouring ourselves out one download at a time. BubbaArmyHQ.com. Enlist today. The BRN now continues.
I think because it's of just the way I do things, and it's probably something I need to work on as much as I start and stop videos. I think that pisses people off. think I need to let him run longer and stop him less. I even hate to go to chat right now and see what they were saying.
Since when do you care what the people say?
It's true. So let me. I think I need to, because it was a very good production, and I think I need to just not analyze the Bubba,
tabs?
the Tampa Tarpons 56-second brilliant promotion that Rhett put together that we're putting up, that I think we've posted on most of our platforms, but I shouldn't start and stop and talk about talking over the chalk and look at my striations, and I think I should just let it play as a 56-second video promotion, because I think it's a great promotion for promoting what we're getting ready to do on Saturday, June 22nd, and how you can go get your tickets by going to where do you get your tickets at?
Tarpons.bubbaarmyhq.com.
Okay.
Got it.
It's all So it's all you know what? It's on this video, I'm assuming.
Yes,
I'm so
it is.
stupid. Listen, let me maybe if I could just shut my fat mouth and just hit play for 50 and shut the cup for 56 seconds. I think that's what I think I'm inside Rhett's head right now, because that's what he's saying in his head. In Rhett's head, he's like, shut your fat mouth and let it run for the minute, bitch. It has all the information that your stupid fatness would want to know, but you're going to start and stop it 50 times and really chop up my beautiful work. That's my art, and you're chopping up my art, bitch. Shut up, fatso. Oh, here we go.
That's okay.
Hey, big boy, you throw one for him.
Oh. Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. For a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
I guess I could stop it right there now, Lummy. I mean, I let it go all the way, but let me just stop it there so everybody can really get the data. I'm only stopping this so that it really gets the data.
Screenshot it, everybody.
Bubba Army Night returns. Tampa versus Cardinals. Tampa Tarpons versus the Cardinals. Saturday, June 22nd at 6:30 p.m. at George Steinbrenner Field. Exclusive ticket deals at tarpons.bubbaarmyhq.com.
There you go. And Dan, is this? I think you've already committed to attending.
I believe I'll be there. Yes, it was so much fun last time I went, which was 2 years ago. Last year I missed it. And I was disappointed, but it was great. It was way better than I thought it was going to be, considering the baseball game was canceled.
Yeah,
we just got to drink and eat and laugh.
The baseball game rained
awesome.
out. They let us stay there for 2 hours and party.
If you like the home play club, then you'll really like this.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Home plate club ain't shiz compared to this.
Yeah.
Now, Seth, I think you've already locked in.
Oh, I'm locked in, really.
I'm a big baseball fan now.
So now, Lummy, as I didn't know, but Little Walker was part of that promo.
Yeah, I know. He looks tiny.
And then I was given a heads up, like, hey, listen, you need to go to Walker, his very own personal Instagram, your son's personal Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was up.
Walker Tampa Ranger. That is his. That's your son's own little Instagram that your wife runs.
Yeah.
And
does he follow back, Lummy?
I think he does follow Bubba Army.
Right.
How many followers?
So I don't
know. I don't know.
Not enough to make a difference. But this cute stuff right here, Lummy, needs to be like, everybody that is a fan of the show knows, like, for instance, there's a little Sethy, knows that Dan has kids, knows that Jay has kids, knows that I have a kid, or I got like a son that, obviously hates my guts and hasn't spoken to me in over 2 years. And I cry about every day. But okay, I mean that's my situation. Then obviously Jay has children, and then Lummy, you have the youngest child of all of us, and that's Walker. And, we've named him now Walker Tampa Ranger. He's a cute little lunk-headed kid growing up just like his dad.
That's right. Smarter.
And much smart. He's already smarter than you. What is he, 2?
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5.
He is super cute.
I'm following him now.
So what I'm saying,
He does not follow
is
back
when
either.
I see this type of footage from your life, because you're rolling around Lummy all the time.
Of course.
You're a big time co-host.
Of course.
People want to know, they want to see cute things like this from your kid. This is exactly what I was talking about. Hopefully Ashley's not mad at me, but that we would put this up on as a not it's your stuff and we're sending a link from our Bubba Army Instagram, but that our Bubba Army Instagram has the original of this, and we're able to use it for clicks, because this is cute as hell,
Well,
Lummy.
I know probably what she'll say, and it's not trying to just blame somebody that used to run it, but I know she would always say that she sent a lot of things over and it never got
Well,
posted.
we got a new-
We
got a new lady that runs it, and he's really good at it. And the new lady we got that runs Instagram is really quite sharp.
She cute?
And she's all right. She's a little whiny bitch, but she really gets things up lickety split, and she likes really, really, digging and really finding content. So you'll find her far easier to work with.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Yep.
Seth, can you get this up for me, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Lummy, this is cute as hell, and I
can see
Walker can put it on his too.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to have the exclusive. This you can see what now?
Walker's Instagram.
Even Bubba was like, send that. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking
I know,
about.
well, that's why
Yeah.
you need to have a conversation with your lovely wife.
I will.
I'm going to be Ashley,
Yes.
and you be you.
Yep.
Lummy? You said that Bubba had Bubba yelled at you about something today.
Yeah, you know that video you posted of Walker doing his monkey walks in the pool?
Oh, that cute little thing.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Can you just make sure you start sending it pretty much to Seth? All the videos.
What, are they trying to exploit our kid? Is that what Bubba's trying to do?
No, we're trying to get better
Bubba's just trying to
promotion.
take over. Bubba's just trying to take over. Now we can't even have our own little thing for our kid. That's ridiculous.
Listen, let's just make Bubba happy, okay?
Oh no, that's a real conversation.
Hey, hold on, that's more real than you think.
I can tell.
Ashley, hopefully you're listening to me. If you'd be so kind, if you think that some of this stuff, would really, really, really push the needle for us. Your husband's pay is directly reflected upon how well we do digitally, and if we this, this should be a short, maybe on YouTube. This could be like a little reel on Facebook or whatever. I'm just saying, this is cute as hell.
Okay.
And so when we get cute as hell stuff with your kids, like if little Sammy does something just cute as hell, boy, guess who's little Sammy's number one fan?
Tara.
Yep.
Nice.
She's like, I was with my sister yesterday for Mother's Day, and she's like, oh my God, Seth's kid is the funniest kid I've ever seen in my entire life. And she has a whole big thing going on. What flies around mom and what flies around dad.
Yeah.
She completely knows how to work the deal.
Yeah.
She just absolutely knows how to work the deal.
Is your wife funny, Seth? I don't know her that well. Is she because you're a funny guy. I mean, you're just even outside of radio, you're a funny guy.
I think she's really cynically funny.
Yeah,
knowing Phoebes, what I know of Phoebes is that she's cynically funny, especially about you.
I don't really put her over a lot,
No.
I'll let her hang out to dry. And then my daughter really has her timing and just the stuff she says, she's really starting to know.
So what I'm saying, not trying to exploit your kid.
Right.
But
I'd love to.
If we could ever get little Sammy doing some cute stuff,
okay. Okay.
Whatever.
All right,
Funny
I got
promos.
you.
Whatever.
I got you.
I'm not even going to tell you what to do with Sammy. If Sammy's whatever.
Okay.
Do you remember that when you were here the first time? She did something.
Don't take a picture.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was legendary. It was legendary audio drop.
So Lummy, this right here, I think would really live well on the Bubba Army Instagram that we're really trying to fix.
Okay.
We finally got somebody in there that really wants
to do it. Wants to be on social
let's
media.
just be on. I'm not going to try to call anybody out, but Anna was given our Instagram and have, for instance, Rhett runs the YouTube deal, and he has bonuses based on the numbers of YouTube. Seth runs podcasting. Prior to him taking over Instagram, podcasting was his deal, and he's got incentives on podcasting based on numbers. gaining of downloads and just I don't need to tell you the deal, but he gets incentivized by the better podcasting does, the better he does. Lummy, yours is what, TikTok?
Yes, it is.
Yours is TikTok, and so Anna had Instagram, and she just was horrible at it. Like, literally, we need to have brand new stuff. I'm not telling you how to run Instagram because I don't know, but I'm thinking, Lummy, it's a lot like maybe the way I took over Twitter and kind of figured some stuff out. I'm sure that there's some do's and don'ts on people that know how to do Instagram. Hopefully Seth, knows what to do with it.
Yeah, one of the big do's is to just post at least once a month, and I don't even think she was nailing that.
Preferably once a day.
Yeah.
But hopefully you get permission from your wife that anytime he does something super cute,
we can post it.
That we put it up on as original content on Bubba Army.
Yeah.
So we can, again, move the needle because cute stuff moves the needle like this. This is cute as hell. Now let me. Sounds like you and him are on the same intellect with regards to speech and So what's he saying there?
Monkey walk.
Oh, monkey walk.
I was watching the baseball game. I wasn't paying attention.
All right, but
good dad.
But you validate that that's a monkey walk.
Yes, that's a monkey walk.
So this is what you guys call a monkey walk.
Yeah, that's what the swim school does. Yeah.
Run. Almost there.
As I did that? As I did it?
Yeah, he's getting close too.
I did it?
I did it.
I did it? Speaks just like his dad.
Yep. They think he's saying right there now. Right there. Getting that workout.
Man, he really he really had a false sense of when he did it was.
Sure did.
He didn't know, he kept missing those stairs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same depth perception as you do, Lummy. Now you did it.
You did it!
See that, Lummy? That's just absolutely adorable.
Okay.
We need more of that.
Okay.
We need all this right here, Lummy. We could really.
Yeah,
his little slide video.
Especially the video. Where's the videos at,
The
Lummy?
slide video.
This one right here? Is that a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
I've got sunshine.
May as well do a takedown request on this kid's Instagram.
Maybe what's that?
Say, may as well do a takedown request on this kid's whole Instagram.
No, I don't want that one.
No, doesn't make the cut.
That one, now the swimming one, I love.
Got it.
Let me, which other ones are videos?
There's that lightning one.
Should I just go through here and just go ahead and cherry pick what I need?
Probably, yeah.
There's 300 posts.
This one or that one?
No, one right there.
Yeah,
in the middle.
Yeah.
Right there? Is this a... See, I don't want that one.
Yep, bad.
So we'll go, maybe I can go through with your wife. just send a couple cute ones over to Sethy if you could. Okay, bud.
Yeah, she likes to post a lot, I guess.
Hello.
Bubba, white iced tea.
Yeah, hello, buddy. What's going on?
I just don't take this the wrong way, Lummy, but I had to unfollow and unfriend Walker. He never likes any of my posts. So I was like, you know what?
I'll go spank him when I get home.
Kid. So if you can spank him and punish him for me.
I didn't follow you back, did he?
He needs to like Uncle White Iced Tea's post.
He's really arrogant on that Instagram the way he runs it. He really thinks he's all
Dude,
that now.
I'm at work and I go on my Facebook on break and Walker's in the pool. I like it. Walker's hanging out doing cool stuff. I give it likes. I post a lot of stuff. I don't see Walker ever liking it.
And is Walker following you?
What a one-way baby.
Yeah.
Is Walker following you back? No.
I think he is.
Really? He's only following like 30 people.
Yeah, he's quite stiff on the follow.
Can I give my name over the air and you can check?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Sure. Your screen name?
Yeah, what's your Instagram name?
Yeah, what's your name?
It's my real name, Frank Shaka.
Okay, Frank Shaka.
Shaka is your last name?
Yeah, as in Shaka, Sicily.
Okay, well, we'll get a hold of Walker's age and his mom and see if she can make that get a fall back.
If you can get on that for me, that would be great. I appreciate it. Good talking to you, Bubba. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Danny, there is, honest to God, a listener named Danny Werfel.
Wow.
Wirfel. Daniel Werfel. Lummy, he's on the PayPal this morning. Thank you very
One
much.
of the greatest Gator quarterbacks.
Fish on the J on the PayPal to this morning. All at the Bubba Army. Venmo and PayPal at the Bubba Army. Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Dave G from Orlando.
Hey, sir. Listen to us hopefully on 103.1 over there or by other means, but we'd prefer if you have the opportunity in Orlando because we want to jack up those ratings, man. If we could get some good ass rate, listen, man. If you're listening to me by any other means in Orlando, maybe digitally, maybe try to get in some 103.1. Can you imagine, Seth, if we would have a huge ratings gimmick over there in Orlando? Oh,
I don't see how it couldn't happen.
It's gonna. I mean, it would change. It would change the mindsets on a lot of radio companies about us if we would have a win in Orlando.
I'm ready to get mauled as I walk around Maitland
on 103.1. So anyway, sir, go ahead.
Hey, the reason I was calling was for Seth. I think there's a way you can link Facebook and Instagram accounts so that anything that you put on Facebook ends up on Instagram.
Yeah, we need to do that.
I'm not sure if it works with videos, but it definitely works with pictures.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
Yeah, we have it. We actually have it linked up to Bubba's personal Facebook right now. So,
yeah, so we're gonna
do some rewiring.
Yeah, we're gonna rewire it. Appreciate it, my friend.
Hey, I got one more thing before I go.
Sure, go ahead, sir.
The show's much better without Mata Hari.
The who?
Mata Hari.
Okay, thank you. Is that a Jewish slur?
I don't. Maybe I shouldn't laugh.
Dr. Dan, do you know what Mata Hari is?
I know it's an evil reference to AH. So
I understand, but what does the term mean?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Or it's just a Dutch exotic dancer that was very famous.
A Dutch exotic. Well, that's first of all, you wouldn't even refer to her as that because that's not what she was.
Looks.
She was executed by a firing squad.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's just
for
move
what?
On. Let's being a whore. I don't know.
I sent you her the page if you want to look at her.
Who?
She's from the 1700s.
Mata Hari.
Or 1900s. I don't know.
She was executed?
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy. I'm sorry. You're talking about the caller referring to Anna as Mata Hari.
Yes.
And this is everything you need to know about.
She was convicted of being a spy for Germany.
Maybe the guy's far more well-read and brilliant than I thought.
I'd say so.
I mean, maybe that might be the smartest caller we've had in a long time.
The oldest bitch I know is Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, exactly. And Anna's, not Amelia Earhart. She was a hero and knew how to fly a plane. Well, until she didn't.
Well, that Bermuda Triangle will get you.
What do they ever, Dan? What was the official thing of Amelia Earhart, that she was lost at sea?
Yeah, but I think it was in the Pacific. I don't think it was near the Bermuda Triangle.
No. Well, yeah, you're right.
I think it was in the Pacific, and recently they think they may have found her plane in kind of shallow water off an island that she probably just couldn't quite get to. She was a brave person. She was a pioneer. She did things that no one else had done up to that point, and I respect her. Ambition.
Wasn't she the first? Had Lindbergh already flown across?
Yeah, Lindbergh did everything first. She was like the first girl to do stuff.
So she wouldn't have come in with the girl power gimmick.
Right, she was girl power.
She's like,
exactly.
Charles Lindbergh flew once around the globe, and man, those planes they had back then were some rickety ass planes too. It wasn't
they literally were Bubba. They were literally made out of like balsa wood and covered with like paper mache. They literally had like cloth. They were made out of cloth.
I know.
Because it was light.
And no instrumentation. There was no air traffic.
Compass,
there was no air traffic control to talk to because
they have radios.
They don't have airplanes hardly.
Or radios.
So you had to fly around and it was unbelievable. So she tried to do the same thing Charles Lindbergh did. Charles Lindbergh successfully flew around the world.
No,
he didn't.
I think he just crossed the Atlantic.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't even fly across the world?
No, and she was trying to go across the world. She was really ambitious.
How close was she?
I don't know.
I think they said it was up to Fiji?
Yeah, it was near Fiji.
Yeah.
She got through the hard part, and then the easy part she flailed on.
Did she fly? Did she start east or west?
I think she started going west.
So she
went through the Pacific and then dies before right as she's getting to land.
So she made it through Hawaii, through the Midway Islands, all that.
Mm-hmm.
which is probably the longest distance that you have to go
over water.
Over water,
Yes.
with nothing.
Right.
And
she almost made it completely across the Pacific, and then like gets hung up like in Southern Asia. It's a shame.
And the thing about it is, chances are she got into some weather, and her plane wasn't durable enough to survive the weather, because you don't have, like, listen, when I have my own plane or planes now, they have weather on board, so you literally know where the weather is, how it's building.
And your plane was a pit bull. I mean, your plane was a tank, and still scary in a big storm.
Yeah, exactly. So
frightening.
but hold on. So imagine not having any weather on board. I mean, you're out there just looking, and you don't know that what's building or all the different jet streams and things that are they can whip. But you can literally be flying a plane at 30,000 feet that it's clear, and within 15 minutes, just big cloud head builds and it turns dark. It's like
Oh yeah, it goes south fast. It can go south really fast.
If you're flying as like Amelia Earhart, on like literally all you have is like a baseball bat for your middle yoke and some rudders
and about a 50 horsepower engine, because they didn't have really powerful engines back then.
50 horsepower Willie.
Too heavy.
You could probably only go about 6,000-7,000 feet above. They couldn't get up into. In anything past 12,000, you need oxygen. So I mean, you got to think they got to fly
10,000 feet.
Yeah,
right.
They're flying low. And
how fast do you think they're going? Maybe 80, 70, 60?
70, 80 knots. And see, when you're in aviation, they say altitude is your friend, because if you start to have something, that's problematic, like an engine go out.
Yeah, altitude can be turned into airspeed.
So that, like in avionics, pilots and stuff, that altitude is your friend, because that plane will glide for a certain amount of height and pitch. So, as long you have a stall speed on your plane, and your plane, as long as your plane's going over your stall speed, and I mean, like my plane, the stall speed was 90. So as long as you're going faster than 90 mile an hour, 90 knots, as long as you're going faster than 90 knots, that plane won't just drop out of the sky. It's aerodynamics and wings.
It has lift.
Wings and everything is, they work at 90 and above.
Do you see they possibly found Earhart's plane earlier this year?
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times.
Back in January, they found it 15,000 feet below sea level, and they're kind of surprised. I guess it's relatively still in one piece, which would lead them to believe that it didn't just crash into the water.
That she probably feathered it in because she ran out of fuel.
Yeah, they still haven't officially confirmed it, but a lot of people believe that it could likely be hers. But yeah, 15,000 feet below the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, that's how deep a water she was. She miscalculated, probably ran out of gas, and feathered it in. And then was at sea for however long, and nobody knew how to. I mean, nobody knew there was no radar contact. So, Dan, if you're in a remote sea in somewhere in the Pacific,
dude, that's terrifying.
I mean, you're never. I mean, there's chances are nobody. You'll know, almost like in Tom Hanks in Castaway. Like nobody's ever going to find you.
You're talking about 3 miles under the water, but the kind of exciting part about that, and I guess what they're really stoked about, is that there's not really any oxidation happening down there. There's not a lot of wildlife. There's not going to be a lot of things interfering with the plane. So it's literally sitting down there mostly in one piece.
But here's the deal, man. When they if they would try to lift it out, I think it's going to crumble.
Well, the pressure, that's the thing, too, that's up for debate, is that the fact that it's at the bottom of the ocean in one piece leads you to believe that, the pressure was let out at some point. Like, it didn't implode like that submarine did.
Well, I don't know, man. Wait. Here's the reason. Because airplanes at that point weren't watertight, and so if you get water on both sides of the metal, then there's not going to be a pressure differential, so it would never crush.
Right, it
slowly fills up with water.
Slowly, really gently went down. Super like a little pillow, just down there. But the thing about it is the amount of pressure against those wings to raise it. Right? Think about that. Now you're using in order to raise it, Dan, you're using the water that's logged inside of it. Like that's not buoyant, and so that like pulling pulling things out of the water is takes far more pressure than letting something just gradually sink to the water.
Yes, it becomes
like
very
a professional
heavy.
river dumper.
Right,
it becomes a little heavier as you're trying to pull it out. If you had. if it wasn't so deep, the best way to pull it out would be to fill the inside of it with air. You know what I mean? Start filling the inside of it with air, with in addition to like balloons with tethers, because that's how they usually would do it. They would take divers, they'd tie a couple rubber balloons to it, and they'd fill them with air, and the plane would come up. They'd probably try to fill the cockpit with a little air too, to take that extra heaviness out of it. But
how do you blow the balloon open at 15,000 feet? You have to take your mask off.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have to do it with a robot, with a drone. You know,
Right.
I mean, with one of those like deep sea drones that they're coming out with now.
Lummy,
Certainly not the one that they used.
Isn't today Monday this week and all of next?
Yes, it is. 8:20
at 8:20 this morning.
Yes, every day at 8:20.
Are you going to give me the word?
I don't have it yet. I've been looking for it. I don't have it.
Yeah, I mean,
yep.
We're going to give you a word for you to text. This is an Orlando. This is an Orlando 1031 promotion only.
Correct.
So like, you have. I mean, I guess we're heard like in Phoenix and some other places. So don't you people try to get in on the Orlando, gimmick, right? That'd be horrible on me.
And your Fort Walton Beach is also 103.1, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's
It's
one.
different.
This is just an Orlando gimmick, and we get the word at what 8:20.
Yeah, we got to break at 8:20.
We have to break at 8:20.
Yes, we have to break at 8:20.
No, hold on. Are they actually giving it away then, or are we just saying the words then?
It depends on the. It says we got it at 8:20 is when they play the spot that you read.
Oh, so okay, what did I read?
So I believe, if I understand this correctly, Lummy, you can help me too.
He's like a bunch of Keystone cops here. Completely don't know nothing.
Bubba's going to read the promo code. When we go to break at 8:20, they're going to play the sounder for 1031 to say, hey, you just heard the promo code. Text in blah, 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 blah. That's, I believe, what's going to happen.
Man, I really like that carnival barker gimmick.
And I think Shannon Berg is the one who has the keyword at 4:25. I'm reading your script now.
All right, so we're going to give the word out at 8:20.
No, it doesn't look like you give any word out.
What the hell is going on, Lummy?
I'm reading the script that he read. It says right here. It says this afternoon with Shannon Berg.
So the bottom line is at 8:20 they're going to play that.
Yes.
So I have to make sure that I go into a commercial stop set exactly at 8:20.
Correct.
So that because we've been telling everybody to listen at 8:20
Correct.
for the particular word that you're supposed to text into Shannon Burke later this afternoon.
Correct. All your reads. Yeah, but that's what it says.
Yeah. So
every day at 8:20.
All I got to really do is just go to a commercial stop set exactly at 8:20.
Correct.
Every day.
Every day.
For the next 2 weeks.
Correct.
Perfect.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We were drunker than Nick Hogan's wife when we put this thing together. BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Stevie had it one way and they changed it up.
What's that now?
I said Stevie had it one way and they changed it up. What Stevie loved. Food.
Oh, food. Hey, thank you. Yeah, but I think, you know what, babe? Okay, because I think Dan's bringing the pancakes at...
We have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So just put them in the fridge.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Jeff B? Rudy? Big Buck. Hey, Caviar. Probably 3. From D-Rock. What's up, Nats fan? I am Buzzman. J.L.E. Juga, 2011. Alan Bowling. What's up, April Smith? Good morning, Gary. Big Loner. Oh, that's bullshit. Quicker ticker. Thank you, Steve Coco. Yeah, I'd stretch him. Tampa Terry, I'd stretch it. I'd be like, say it, man. Call yourself Fredo.
Hi, everybody. It's just me. Hi, Dawn. I gotta figure out what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah, he needs you to hold it.
Woo!
What's wrong, Seth?
Nothing. Smells good in here. Any
Go
girl
and
name
level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED lights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has it covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guarantee.
What up, Quicker Ticker? Big Longer.
God damn.
You can fast forward, Bubba.
How?
Right down at the bottom. No, you kind of... We'll see that little 15-second thing to the right. Yeah. There you go. It's right there. He said it's back there, yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing. Hey, Caviar.
If I hear one more fucking complaint about the way it smells in here, I'm going to fucking flip out.
What up, White Ice Tea?
I've done everything I possibly can do.
Timothy.
Bunch of little bitches.
Were you sleeping in and missed the first hour of the show? Are you ready? Don't worry, it's all at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Let me definitely know on this one. This is a horrible one. I hate it.
All right.
This music right here. Maybe from that point forward, maybe. That first little part, that really sucks.
So we try to cut that out?
Don't forget that we are in the middle. Did I announce last week that we're going to do an app? Did I make that announcement?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, for everybody that has been bitching about Bubba Army HQ, you have to access it through your, through the your Safari or your Google Play, or you have through your browser to be able to listen to it mobilely. And they're like, man, if you had an app that mirrored the browser, mirrored the desktop version of Bubba Army HQ, it would be far easier to navigate. And with the update, I think with the Apple update, they like in the new Safari deal, where as soon as your screen, like the timeout, your screen times out, usually you could still, whatever you were playing through your player would still play, but now when it times out, it turns it off. That's like a new update that that iPhone in the latest update. So we've had a lot of people bitch about, man, if you had just a regular old app that I can hit and I can have all the things I can navigate through on Bubba Army HQ right at an app's fingertips. Oh my God, it would be so much easier for me, and I would be so happy and more likely to subscribe to all your nonsense. So, Lummy, we're building an app. Hopefully have it done in about a month. So, Lummy, you were this organization here, the
CCW.
The CCW.
I sent you the kind of the Fuller video just now.
You sent me the
Fuller video, longer.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just when I got kicked.
Yeah, I went the bigger.
Yeah, Rhett kind of cut it up and got rid of a lot of
the fluff.
Yep.
All right, let me see. Is it?
It's one that probably has an X on your screen.
It's one what?
It has an X. Like there's no picture. I just sent it in.
Let me see. Did it come from you?
Yes.
On the messenger.
Yep. I'll send it again. It has like a big giant X. You can't. There's like no picture on it.
All right, cool. Is this it?
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, here we go. Thank you.
So this footage provided by Mitch the Mark. We'll have some better footage here in the coming days, but we're going to edit something together. We got the hard cam footage from the promotion, so we'll have the commentary as well.
But this will just give us kind of a general idea of Lummy's participation.
Yeah, this is the stuff we wanted you to see today, 100%. But we'll have the full thing in its entirety on YouTube later this week.
Now, Lummy, who's this fella?
That's Danny Burch.
That's Danny Burch.
Yes.
Now,
He's a baby face. Well, he was a baby face.
He's a baby face, okay.
He was.
Oh, okay. So let me now. Are you Danny Burch's
manager?
Yeah. Usually your manager doesn't tower over you much. That would be like, Jimmy Hart being the wrestler and Scott Hall being the manager. Right?
Yeah.
Usually your manager doesn't look bigger than. But so anyway.
Look at Captain Creamsicle and Mrs. Creamsicle cheering him on, though.
That's right.
We got.
Oh goodness.
She was a little excited.
I would love your opinion on that, Sancho.
So let me. What do we got going on?
Oh
here?
wow.
He was cutting a promo, kind of. He was turning from a baby face to a heel. He pretty much was dog crap in Tampa.
With this TNA star, what a joke!
We weren't allowed to say certain things.
What a joke! We gotta deal with this.
You couldn't say jobber?
No, not really.
That's a staple of wrestling.
Yeah.
That word. That be
wrestlers.
Well, them's fighting words now.
And what are we doing? You're gonna get sweaty. You gotta kick his ass. Let's make this a 3-minute match. Let's get it done. They're waiting back there. They're waiting for the meeting back.
Is the game better?
Well, you can skip through this.
Yeah. No. God.
He's talking, dude. He's forming sentences. It's amazing. I haven't seen this in years.
No, it's okay. Well, you missed the kick, but it's okay.
Let me see. It's just I get bored real fast.
I know.
Just you out there yelling. I see that every day here.
Yes.
Pop.
Thank God. That was a spud.
It was. I decided I was going to stay in there a little longer than I should have.
No. It's his responsibility to pull up short. You're supposed to stay there at the You're not supposed to move because the true, real trace.
I think the plan changed like 50 times.
I kind of did a little bit because then we went from a baby face straight to a heel.
Wow.
And he wanted to kick, so yeah, I had to come up on the ring. And he said, "Are you cool with taking a bump?" I said, "Yeah."
You and the Hangman still gonna wrestle in this, Bubba?
I don't think it can afford me and the Hangman.
Well, they're good.
Yeah, I need Riddle to be on the cut. I need Riddle. I can only wrestle if Riddle's on the card.
Yeah, of course. QT Marshall was on the card. He's a pretty big name.
Great, believable punches. Oh, those are good. Let me. I thought maybe you had a foreign object underneath the ring.
Well, hold on.
Oh, look, see, I knew. Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to grasp. I'm just trying to grasp how they used you. Let's see make sure they used you efficiently. Because you're a big time star. Let me. Old ass can't get the table out.
Wasn't much space.
Let me pick the table, the real table that you're not supposed to use. That's made out of solid oak wood.
Yeah. That weighs 400 pounds.
That weighs 216 pounds. Just the table in itself.
Lummy, were you kind of nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys kind of get paid for it.
I mean, you got paid, right?
Well,
Hell yeah.
Probably not.
No. Got a free beer.
Oh, there's Rat.
Yeah.
Lummy's big ass looked like Walker climbing out of the pool.
Oh boy.
Lummy, which one? Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
The story, I've not been able to follow the storyline very well. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? And who is your guy?
So the bald guy is my guy. He was the good guy. Okay. He went from babyface to heel, and now this the little guy that's with TNA. Yeah. He's the good guy.
Okay, Seth. I mean, you know as much about wrestling as I do. Do you understand any of that? Do you understand who? Can you understand? I can't figure out who Lummy's working for here.
The bald guy.
I'm not following the storyline, Bubba, but none of that's important when you see the ending. Oh!
Oh, Lummy, you didn't even put him hard enough to break, so you literally did break his back.
His ribs are coming out.
Lummy, usually you're supposed to. The table.
Killed him.
Here's the thing.
Oh no!
What you don't realize is the WWE and AEW, they score their tables.
Yeah.
They pre-score them. So if you know what that in carpentry, what that means is they take a utility knife and they take a straight edge and they go right across the middle of the table about 10 or 15 times to give it a weak point, so that when it does hit, it goes right. It snaps.
Yep.
Because you've pre-scored it.
Oh. Well,
Lummy,
the best part is,
to me, it looks like they just went. They didn't pre-score this table at
so
all.
the guy that's on the table, he actually didn't want to go through a table. He wanted to go through a door. But the bald guy, Daddy, was like, no, our guy's really good. Don't worry about it. And then the table didn't break.
No, I mean,
oh no,
that or you didn't throw him down hard enough.
He told me they did tell me, they're like, don't use your force to throw him down. Once you get him to the top, kind of drop him.
Well, a lot of times you got to drive him through though.
Yeah.
In order, I mean, or you like the spud is worse on the table not breaking.
Yes, it
it's
is.
like when someone tries to hit you over the head with a bottle and doesn't break. It just like puts a huge gash in you.
Right.
You know, some guys like, oh, you can hit me with a bottle, it'll break. Nope.
So let me when the table hasn't been pre-scored, then you got to drive him through.
Yeah.
Well, they did score it. You can see when he pulls it out.
They didn't score it good enough.
I mean, that's a sturdy ass table. Let's be fair.
Saying, let me just let the guy go. Let me didn't drive him through.
I drove him through a little bit, but
Look at
not
the height.
really.
Look at the height.
Hold on.
It's a lot of height, dude. The guy's
Come
6
on.
feet in the air.
Come on, we got to give Lummy a little bit more credit. Would anybody else have gone into the ring
Bubba,
and been able to do this?
Bubba, you see me following through.
Bubba, would you have lifted that guy 10 feet up in the air?
Oh man,
No, I got a different finishing move.
Yeah, Bubba Splash.
Yeah.
Second rope. Oh.
Wow.
Oh no.
I felt bad.
You might get served a lawsuit later today. Dan, you might be want to start preparing a defense for this. Lummy might get sued.
It's a receipt for the kick he got earlier.
That's right.
Exactly.
I honestly thought the guy was really hurt.
Yeah, Lummy.
They start doing the DX.
He's dry humping him.
Kevin's all getting some good pub there.
That's pretty much it, Bubba. We're not going to do it one more time.
Lummy's got his cargo shorts on. It doesn't even look like a wrestler.
You guys both look like you're really genuinely concerned about this guy's safety.
Yeah. So let me what a real guy that's really over it is you hit the ropes, and then you get out, get the crowd all riled up, go through the whole front row on all four corners, and then go back to the dressing room while they nursing this guy who literally just broke his C5 and C6.
Well, I think both of us were a little surprised the table didn't break.
and get the hell out of there and hope they don't get your license plate so they can track down and serve you with papers on Monday.
Did you talk to him afterwards, Lummy?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Did you say, I'm sorry about that spud?
I did. He said, don't worry about it. It happens.
Okay, I've seen it. I've seen enough.
It's British.
I've seen enough, Lummy.
He's British?
Yeah.
How's his teeth?
I can't get enough.
He actually had nice teeth. It was a setup.
And we keep forgetting to reset our stop set clock.
Oh, jeez.
Look at us.
Oh, it's like 19.
So when we start at 16, so we're really at 2.
No,
right?
the pancakes are here.
No, we've done 3 breaks so far.
No, I think we're going into 3.
Yeah, we're going into 3. Sorry.
Let me handle.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with it too.
I mean, you're trying to. I know that you suffered a very traumatic situation this weekend.
We did.
Where your inability to wrestle was exposed highly.
I think Lummy did great.
I think in the next one too, they had set it up as that I'll actually maybe wrestle a little bit more too.
Then I need to step in here. They're not using you correctly.
What would you have them do?
Well, there's just some things we're gonna have them do, and one of them is not throwing people through chairs.
He didn't do any of that. He threw him through a table.
I mean, through a table, yeah.
Well, that was just a setup.
I think chair shots would be better for you.
Well, yeah. Well,
then you have the guy get juice the hard way.
Well, Bubba, that might be the next one. This one was pretty much just getting introduced and then being the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the baby face.
You don't think it's the most predictable thing in the world for Lummy to go over as a baby face? He's the biggest baby face on the show. He's always the nice guy.
I'm not saying that we're going to he is the baby face, but we can get him over like Stone Cold and be a little bit more heel, but be a baby. We just got to get him to do moves that are more conducive to
big men wrestlers, like choke slams.
Yes,
like choke slams. Okay,
Yeah.
Lummy, we'll get you doing more choke slams, buddy.
Choke slams on a.
Yeah, you didn't do enough choke slams.
Seth, why are you being a dick to me?
Come on, Seth, stop it.
For real.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Rhett. Why are you being a dick to me?
I'm not. I'm just sticking up for Lummy. I feel like you guys are crapping all over
We're
it.
not crapping on them. It's just that I know how to use them better than what they're using them. It looked very awkward out there.
Well, I think they wanted to get that first one out of the way.
All right, are the pancakes here?
Yes.
All right.
Holy shit, a lot of people have worked here. Glad we built BubbaArmyHQ.com for all the PTSD memories.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
All the thing, Grouper left 25 on the Venmo.
You get extra syrup?
I think so. Make sure everybody gets theirs.
Just you and me, kid.
What?
It's just you and me.
What? They didn't want any?
Seth didn't want it. Lummy's got a tummy ache, and Rhett said no thank you.
Well, that makes me feel like more of a glutton.
A glutton? Mm-hmm. Nah, dude, I'm with you. Side by side, man. Oh, the icing's better this time.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all over the fucking place. It's awesome.
Do you need some more syrup?
Always.
You want to use one?
Sure.
The real New York style stuff?
Yeah.
Bubby, do you need more syrup?
No.
Don't forget, we still have the Lummy's break.
Maybe 20.
Lummy what?
Lummy's breaks from Friday where it had the technical difficulty.
Bubba, on the so at the 820, it looks like they changed it up. So yeah, you just go to stop. You just hit the brake and we're good.
Right at 8:20.
Yep.
Do we have video of this break that he speaks of?
Yeah, I got it. I was I'll send it over in a second. I didn't want to fill your thing up with too much. I sent you over Seth shooting the gun too. If you wanted that earlier.
Yeah.
Seth is a man.
Had a busy weekend.
Yeah. Too busy.
Where's the Seth gun gimmick at?
I'll resend it because it got sent out earlier in the morning.
Oh man, the pancakes are really. Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna say anything.
That's all I can smell is pancakes.
I don't want to mention any odorous stuff.
Just smell good pancakes.
Keep it up, guys. Keep the fuck up.
I'm just saying, all I can smell is
being a dick
pancakes.
about it.
It's delicious.
Lummy, have you sent it yet?
I'm sending it right now. And it says,
Keep being everybody keep being fucking smart asses around here.
No, it's just.
We'll see how it works out for you. Keep being a dick.
Morning, Hoss.
Yeah, you keep being a dick. You can see what I can do to you now.
I'll whip your fucking. You want to go right after the show? Go right out there and grab some fucking boxing gloves and go fucking right at it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, you got it.
Let's just do it on the after show.
No, let's just do it after the show's over. We'll go over and grab some fucking gloves and fucking.
No, let's do it. Let's fucking super chat it. We'll split the purse.
No, we're not fucking splitting nothing, bitch.
Let's split your lip open.
Why would I get my ass kicked for free? What kind of deal is that? That's Lummy's deal.
That's not a good deal, sir.
Because you're prodding me. Because you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the
You're fucking
pancakes
with me.
make it smell great in here.
I'm trying. And one more complaint gets you fucking fired for the day.
There's no.
One more complaint, and you're getting sent home unpaid for the day.
Oh my God!
One more. By anybody. By any motherfucking body.
What up, Hoss? Alan Bowling. No, that's what it was, Frito. What up, Brian? 199 kicked ass on Friday. Thank you.
Let me, where's your break at?
I'll send it again. I try not to send you too much stuff in your.
I know, but when you guys are telling me that I'm supposed to have this shit and I don't have it.
Man, 8.7 thousand impressions? God. Fuck yeah. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Mitch?
Want to hear all the times Hulk Hogan or Tucker Carlson called in? I like that idea. We have it all for you on BubbaArmyHQ.com. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
This one will be okay. I mean, all right. I'm just throwing warning to everybody. Everybody needs to quit screwing with me right now. I'm not a real. I feel like everybody's screwing with me. Stop your screwing with me.
You look super sexy at Pepe's graduation celebration this weekend.
Shut up, the one that's been irritating me the most.
You got nice calves.
Wanting to challenge me to fighting.
Did I challenge you?
Yeah, Lummy, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Dan, did he not? Did he not say right after the,
Seemed like it.
Yeah, I think he did. Sorry,
But the pancakes didn't put you in a better mood?
Yeah, of course. Dan, then that's insinuating how much of a fat ass I am. That food will calm me.
No, these pancakes will calm anybody. These
True.
pancakes, Hitler would suddenly be kissing babies.
Wow. Whoa, I wasn't going to go that deep.
Dan gives those out at his office as anesthesia now instead of, just regular medicine.
Just give him pancakes?
Yeah, just knocks them out.
Speaking of Hitler, I did watch some stuff last 2 weekends ago over World War II, and I was going to see if Dan or Lummy knew about two different things I'm going to ask about. Not now, but later.
Sweet. Was it AHC?
No.
Oh.
No. And I'm going to make you guys, I'm going to make sure that I'm watching you And I might even make you guys like maybe close your eyes because I don't want chat to give you the answers. I'm going to see if you truly know about these two particular things.
Perfect.
That were part of World War II and Hitler and the Japanese. Man, the Japanese were some dicks.
They were.
Man.
A lot of people forget about what they put the American soldiers through, the Japanese.
Oh, my God.
And the islands.
They were horrible.
We're cool now, though.
We're cool now.
We're so cool with Japan, it's weird. I mean, I remember like back in the 70s, people wouldn't buy Japanese cars because they were still mad.
Yeah, they were. Now we're super cool with the Japanese, and we're a little bit freaked out of the Chinese. Back in the day, man, we loved the Chinese. Chinese were there for us.
Yep.
I mean, they weren't. The Chinese were like, man, we hate Japan too.
Yep.
We're your ally.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right. So now we flip flop applesauce, and we're supposedly in good with the Japanese, which I still wouldn't trust them.
Oh.
And then we're super afraid of. Are we not? Should we not? And are we not super mindful of the Chinese right now?
Well, you think we would be, but sometimes we seem to be making things easier for them, and it's a little frustrating and confusing for me as a citizen of this country to hear about like how bad China is and then how much we're sucking their D. So it's weird.
I know it like we're afraid of them, but we really appreciate some of the cool stuff that they've done, but we villainize them for the most part. Like if you
They're like the big black guy in prison, like we're gonna make him really happy, but we're afraid of him.
I wasn't going to necessarily use that particular analogy, but we'll go ahead and put that one on.
Toss his salad, but please don't hurt me.
That's going to be on Dr. Dan Diaco's. That statement is on his.
That's on his tab.
I got syrup.
On him, not mine. Hello, who's this?
Hey, brother, it's Terry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there's any update on that new stalker that you inherited from the fake Janessa Brazil, brother. We were wondering if there's any news on that.
No, did I talk about that?
Yeah, you did.
You said you wrote the guy back and tell him to stop bothering you?
Yeah, I have, but man, he tells me he's going to brutally kill me.
Oh.
Still?
Yeah. Like he literally tells me I'm coming to the United States with my 5 of my friends and we're coming to brutally kill you. Like they say that kind of stuff. And I just say, hey, man, Janessa says hi.
Oh.
You tell Janessa about this?
No, I don't have any correspondence with her.
Oh, okay,
but I'm just saying, like I tell this guy's getting all worked up, and I'm like, hey, buddy, why don't you just, Janessa's happy in Florida. She's living great. Why don't you just chill out, man? He's like, she took me for $3 million. This dude that's on my messenger is like, she took me for $3 million, and you know that she's been to Africa. I'm like, I don't know any of that, dude. Like I'm almost like acting like I'm Colton to the guy. I'm like, I don't even care. Like I don't even know what you're talking about.
You gonna block him or you like the messages?
I like going back and forth. I mean, I like having a record of him. He literally, you wouldn't believe how mean he is. He's like, I'm going to cut your head off.
Oh.
I'm going to kill you. Like a guy.
Don't you want to report him to Facebook or anything?
And he's out of this country?
Yeah.
Do you know what country he's in?
No. I don't.
But he knows what country you're in,
He says he knows exactly where I live.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, you probably don't know that one, buddy. Okay? I've kept my apartment under wraps. Not a lot of people know where my apartment is because it's not even in my name.
Plus, does the bitch know that I know how to shoot an AK now?
Well, yeah. Plus, you better know that the biggest pussy, snowflake, and woke bitch of the show Terry, see you later. I got to go. The biggest pussy, snowflake, and non-gun handling pussy on the show now can handle a gun. So when that guy can handle a gun and we got lots of guns, you better catch me when I don't know. You better catch me outside. When here's Seth Lummy from with Nick the Gun Guy. I think Tarek. Was it Tarek?
Yes.
My brother-in-law Tarek, Nick the Gun Guy. And was there any other?
No, just us three.
And this is Seth. Now, Seth, what are you shooting? This is an AR-15?
Is it an AR-15 or an AK-47?
I don't know.
Looks like an AR-15.
Yeah.
Looks like an AR-15.
Oh, okay, maybe it is.
Are you hitting anything? I want to see that. I'd like to. Do they bring the paper up and we get to see?
It's in my car actually.
Now
they gave it to me to bring to show you.
Was the paper you're going to show me just from this particular session, or was it from all day? Because I don't know how many of these hit. I can visually see your barrel moving.
Yeah, that's the one clip that the super tryhard gun guys were upset about.
And see, listen, this is a stimulation that Seth Kushner has never felt before in his life. You know, a semi-auto AR-15 shooting 223s. I mean, it's a nice round. It gives you a good little kick, and you can literally fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. It almost makes you feel like you're on a machine gun. Like, Seth, you've probably never had this type of stimulation. There's things that you've done in your life, and this is not probably one of them.
No, you're right.
Yeah, there were a lot of angry people
you've
in comments.
You've probably shot a handgun here and there. Maybe Pa had a 12 gauge or something like that. But what I'm saying is, like, you've never went, full Al Qaeda like this before.
No, and now I'll keep doing it now that I know how much it angers people that I didn't have this thing on my shoulder.
Oh, where'd you have it at?
I don't know.
Well, it keeps bouncing often.
Right where Nick the gun guy told me to put it.
I mean, if you're being a dick about where Seth puts the butt of his gun, then you're just a dick. Like, you're just a dick. Who cares?
It's in his shoulder. It's just that his shoulder's not like a rock.
Right,
it's just moving a little bit within the shoulder. It's in the shoulder.
He's a rookie shooter, and he's doing pretty damn good for his very first time.
I'm not criticizing.
Not everybody's trying to, everybody needs, anybody that's being a dick, you're just a dick. You're just a dick.
And he's got that modern straight left arm over the longer forestock.
Yeah, he's doing good.
He's fine.
I was scared to put my hand there, though, Dan.
Did you feel the air coming off Did you feel the air coming off the end of the barrel?
No,
with your hand?
I haven't seen.
I think so.
I haven't seen that type of excitement from him and since the Bears made the playoffs 15 years ago. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, you look at the genuinely, like, he's genuine. He's like, yeah, look at me, bitches. I'm not a snowflake anymore. I'm a man.
I mean,
I'm a real man.
Nick really helped me out. He made it easier. It's not as hard.
I mean, I bet you he went home and just took Phoebe gorilla style.
There's a hand. I have one with a handgun too that should be attached to.
Yeah, if you scroll down, it should be right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this Seth Eastwood?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see here. Oh, let's go. Now, let me. Is this on our? What is?
Well, I sent you this from our Twitter. I'm sure it's on our Instagram.
So it's on our Twitter. It's on our Twitter, on our Instagram, our Twitter at the Bubba Army. Go follow us over there. Watch these over there. We'll also eventually put it all together and make it a YouTube video as well.
Do you know what you're shooting here?
Handgun.
No, well, I mean, yes, you're shooting a handgun.
Well, I mean, that's what Nick told me. I said, "What is this?" He goes, "It's a handgun."
Right? Like, okay, so you chambered it. Is it a 9? Is it a 40? Is it a 45? Is it a 380?
I mean, can't you tell?
To me, it looks like a 9. To me, Dan, what's it look like to you?
Looks like a 9, but I can't tell. It looks like a 365 with a like an XL 365 or something. Skinny.
See, now, Seth, I gotta be honest with you. If you like, this should be like part of your Facebook. Like this, more people need to see this because it makes you look like a man.
Put it on your LinkedIn.
Did your wife see it?
I mean, like it completely.
I do need LinkedIn content.
It's bitch, because there's a lot of things you do that are bitchy.
Sure.
And you sometimes come across a little bitchy.
Yes, sir.
But this. I mean, you need people to see this.
I know. I want Hamas to see it first and foremost.
Yes, Hamas does need to see.
I'm ready to get down in their hole and start shooting.
If Hamas comes to the Seth Kushner household, that he now knows how to protect himself with a gun.
Absolutely.
So before he might be taking, a baseball bat after you because he's not. But now he literally has the manhood to be able to gun you down with his. I'm sure they're going to give you a 9mm. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I kind of was trying out some of those guns, and I think the one that I think Tarek has one that I think I might get.
Right. Now you do know with that comes
great responsibility.
Well, because you have a child.
No safety.
Yes.
And always keep it full.
No. Here, one, if you have a safe, which I don't know that you do, you keep it in there, which I'm assuming that you don't. 2, that you keep the gun and the ammunition in 2 different spots. And then 3, preferably get one of those gun locks that go through the chamber, and you actually have to have a key to, get the gun.
Oh, okay.
Put a gun lock on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just while you have a kid.
Yeah, no, totally. Of course.
Look how, this is straight man right here. Look at this.
Whaler J25.
A nice recoil. 2-handed Willie holding it correctly. I can see the paper. Pretty damn good shot.
There you go.
That's a pretty damn good shot.
Yeah. Do you want this thing that's in my car, the Ocean Battle, or no?
No,
I carried it around all weekend. I thought you might want it as
no,
proof.
I think you need to keep it as proof.
Okay.
Sign it. Put it on eBay.
Well, don't give me
Nick the Gun Guy, $10 rant.
Don't give him a.
Can we get it on your next break deal, Lum?
Chop up Seth, he said.
You mean Seth signs it, and then it's Seth Kushner's first the first target he used while manning up on a 9mm and an AR-15.
That's right.
There's only 50 bullseyes on there, so you're bound to hit one.
Well, I don't know. Let me just see here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times 2. It's 32 bullseyes.
I know. And look. Okay, so look. He got a piece of that one. He got a piece of that one. He got a piece of that one. He got a.
I wasn't really aiming for those.
I think you know what, Dan, you got it all wrong. An experienced guy with a gun is really shooting for those little circles, right? Seth is just trying to get it on the paper. That's what Seth.
That's all I was trying to do.
Say it. You were just trying to get it on the paper.
I just want to get on the paper.
Yeah, that's all Seth Kushner wants to do. Is he wants to get it on the paper.
And I was actually fascinated about what the background was made out of that digests and swallows so many bullets.
Oh, it's kind of a soft lead. It's they're plates. They're big lead or soft steel plates.
Because there's a lot of trust that goes into those.
Well, you can't have it. You can't have any ricochet.
I know.
So the back of a gun range has all types of different
reinforcements and stuff.
Yeah, like metals that it can absorb into, or like just different types of things, because the last thing you need is something super heavy back there that a bullet cannot get absorbed into, and instead it and Dan, you're sitting there in stall 1 and you get ricocheted from a guy from stall 6.
Let me scary.
Exactly 4, 3, 2, 1. It's officially 8:20 on the dot.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Dude, I'm trying to shape up, man. Shape your shit up, buddy. I'm shaped up as it fucking goes. I'm shaped up or I'm going to get shipped out.
Exactly. Hey, Bubba, have you shot that gun you got? The one you got recently? The nice one, the double act, the 2011?
No, but I might Saturday, because Nick told me that. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot. He's like, man, no. You need to fucking work that gun. That gun needs worked.
Broke the ends off?
That gun, you're doing more harm to that gun by thinking not shooting it than shooting it. So I might take it out.
That's cool. Let me know. I think you'll like shooting it. It probably has a nice flat, it's like not a lot of recoil.
Mm-hmm.
Muzzle stays low. Josie's a different company. I just don't remember the name of the company. It's like a staccato. Atlas Apollo. Okay. Atlas Apollo. That's on YouTube. Jerseys. Atlas Apollo.
Lummy, you haven't had a chance to look at the pond yet, have you? Lummy?
He's not in the room.
Oh.
Just you and me, buddy.
Sorry, I was in the back.
Lummy?
Yes, sir.
You haven't had a chance to look at the pond yet, have you?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'll run out there next break.
Okay.
I was back in engineering.
You're what?
I was back in engineering.
Hey, shout out to Mike Thurman for the for getting me to Lummy's breaks. I got a Joe Montana autograph.
Wow.
Morning, Mr. M. Morning, Jake. What caviar? My locals account. Where's Steve the grumpy old man? See you at the Tarpons game. But you got your tickets. So Harry D. Yeah, DC 123. They kick some ass.
You're listening to the man that is best friends with Deion Sanders, Tony Stewart, and not Hulk Hogan. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Oh, yeah, Lummy, good one. You put that one down. So we were looking at earlier, Seth at the shooting range, manning up. And then I got to thinking, well, of all of us, who would take their significant other to the shooting range?
His gun manager's on line 1 too.
Who's that?
Nick, the gun guy.
All right, I'll be with Nick in a minute. So I'd have to take. I mean, the Merch Crick can probably outshoot me.
Yeah, she'd be a great shot.
I mean, she.
Yeah, it's professional.
So she like I would take my significant other. If we had a gun outing, Lummy, like if we have a Bubba Army gun outing, like with all of us, would you take Ashley?
Oh yeah, she loves shooting.
Okay, so that's good.
Yep.
Now, Dan, of course, I'm taking the Merch Crick. She's probably out shooting us all. Dan, are you taking Romina?
Nope, she'll shoot me.
That's true.
Oh, finally, I am given a gun that has a bullet in it. The first person I shoot will be him.
Yeah. Oops. Ooh.
I am so sorry. I've never, as you know, I've never shot a gun, so that should be a justifiable shooting.
Yeah.
So Dan, you're saying
Des
no?
and Darnell.
No, you're not.
Absolutely not. No way, man.
No, one, because you're afraid she'd shoot you, or
Absolutely.
no, for real.
She'll shoot me.
Do you really?
I haven't
think,
showed her how to use one.
Dan, you really think your wife would shoot you?
100%.
You think like she hates you that much, or she just is irritated by that? Like, explain.
It could be a couple different things. I think, and it'll all come down to it. It was an accident.
So, for real, like, are you being for real? She'd really
I'm
shoot
dead
you?
serious. I ain't giving her a gun.
Man, I don't think. Now, Seth, would you take Phoebe and to the shooting range? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you, there you go. Yeah. Hello. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, she's been with me before.
Oh, she has.
Yeah.
Is she as handy as you are? She's probably handy with the steel, isn't she?
Very, very handy with the steel.
Now, Rhett, I just met your new girlfriend this Friday, which I like her, by the way. She seems pretty cool. I only had a small little interaction with her, but in the small little interaction that I had with her, she seemed like a pretty cool guy. Oh, there you go. Pretty cool chick.
Yeah, she was happy to be here.
Perfect. Would you take her to a if we were shooting?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. I would.
She looks like she might be handy with the steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's shot before.
Yeah, shooting's
of
cool.
times.
Shooting's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on record by saying the only person that's not bringing their significant other is Dan, for in fear of getting shot.
Yeah.
For fear of her finally having something to kill him.
It's a good enough reason.
And now, Dan,
It's pretty valid, don't you think?
speaking of which, I heard that, speaking about your family, that I'm sure all of us made contact or had some type of Mother's Day gathering, I'm sure. Like, Seth, did you guys have anything for Mama Cush, or was that part of the Zader deal?
No, we went over. I went over to see my mom yesterday for a little bit, and then hung out there, and then came back. And I gave Phoebe her present Saturday night, which was to go get a pedicure with little Sethy. So
That's nice.
Yeah. So
you took Mama. You took care of Mama, because you know when you're married and you have kids, then you have to, as the dad, until you have to kind of do it for your kid, because little Ceci doesn't know.
Well, and she didn't want to go with me to get the damn present, so which I felt like I was losing there. But
and she probably worked you for half the cash. She'd be like, Dad, I know you're giving Mom $100 pedicure, but how about $25 for little Ceci?
Hey, check this out. She did get $25 from my mom yesterday, but that is because she's the student of the month at her school. So
she worked that into a payday.
Yeah, my mom. And she lost a tooth, so she's able.
She worked that into a payday.
Student of the month. I mean, if that's not a payday, I don't know what is.
I mean,
there's only a handful of months in the year, Bubba.
There's only a handful of kids that'll work grandma for a payday on Student of the Month. She's one of them. She's going to be one hell of a negotiator.
I'm really proud of her.
I mean, there comes a point where you're going to let her negotiate your contracts.
I mean, if I ever got a contract, I would definitely bring her in.
But like, Seth, we're interested in hiring you big time. Yeah, well, listen, I'm going to bring my 11-year-old. She's going to cut my deal for me, okay? Yeah, don't worry about it.
She's still only 6, and she's doing great.
My sister said she's the coolest kid ever.
I think she is.
Can we do stuff with her?
Yeah. What do you want her to do?
Like maybe a podcast or...
Yeah. Well, actually, Phoebe's brought it up before.
Yeah, like...
She always wants to do stuff with me when she sees my microphone's out. She's like, are these plugged in? Are these plugged in? And then she starts talking into them.
Just some reality stuff of her and you and her's interaction. Just anything.
Okay.
Like that.
We team up on Phoebe.
Because she is a constant worker. She just is working nonstop. Is she not?
She is.
I remember one time at Tate's, I pulled out a $20 bill for a tip. She saw it, and she says, give me one of those. And I go, I don't have any more. And she goes, well, I know you have some because I can see some kind of money in your wallet. I'm like, listen, you little 7-year-old.
We've tried to calm her down since then. It was an aggressive moment.
Stop being so money aggressive. My Lord. Anyway, Nick the gun guy, what do you got going? Give us a report, if you would.
Man, Seth absolutely killed it. Kept his finger off the trigger, and nobody got shot. And, man, Tarek is a cool-ass dude. Your brother-in-law, solid dude, by the way.
Not only that, but he's got a lot of cool guns, too.
He does, and I really think you and me and him should hit the range this weekend and break in your Apollo, because, like I said, that thing's amazing. Needs to be shot. And, I think we should all have a range day. And like you said, with significant others, we have an outdoor place or an indoor place we can do it, and I think we should. It'd be some great content.
Yeah, perfect. And maybe I could bring I got a couple, as you know, I got a couple of AR-15s that the Bubba Army has gotten me, and I got that Yellowstone 45 long, cowboy rifle. Can bring that. Can I shoot my cowboy rifle at the shooting range?
Yep.
Absolutely, bring them all. Like I said, Tarek and I had a blast. If you want to come out one Saturday, we won't mention where or when, but just let Tarek know, and we'll all meet up and have some fun. It's a good time. Like I said, and Seth killed it. Finger off the trigger with the safety, with the handgun.
Now, are we ready? Are we ready to maybe buy Seth a gun to protect his family? Because at the end of the day,
he said I'm like one lesson away with him.
All right, so maybe one more lesson, and then we could get Seth, actually buy Seth like maybe a nice 9. Because for home defense on a beginner, I think a nice reliable Glock 9 is probably what you go with.
Jay's here.
You probably know more about that than I do. Will, Nick, what would be a good beginner gun for Seth?
We'll end up getting Seth a Glock 19 or like a Springfield Hellcat Pro, just a full-size 9, something with less recoil, manageable, less moving parts and pieces, easy for him to clean and use.
Right. Here I come, Hamas! Sorry.
Yeah, so he can come after Hamas. Can you give him maybe something assault reason?
A bazooka.
A bazooka. Do they even make bazookas?
They call them RPGs now.
Yeah, like bazookas back in the they don't even make bazookas.
All right, I'll get an RPG instead.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. Hey, Nick, thanks, man. You were awesome. I appreciate you taking me out and being patient with me and everything.
Thanks, Nick.
Anytime, man. Have a good day. Seth, hit me up soon. We'll get you squared away on all the other stuff, man, and we'll get you a custom Israeli Glock or some wild shit like that. So,
what's your language?
Seth money is coming. Seth money is coming.
Thanks, all right, man. Thank you, buddy.
All right, guys.
Jay, are you a gun enthusiast?
I do like shooting guns. I don't do it as often as Danny, but I usually get Dan's hand-me-downs.
So, hold on, for real?
Yeah,
I got the only thing in life that I can give him hand-me-downs.
Really, really good guns that Danny has given me over the years.
You probably have, by most guys' standards, a pretty nice gun collection of just Dan's hand-me-downs.
An unbelievable one. Yeah, I win
you
one
probably
time.
got again a kick-ass gun collection, and
Nick helped,
and you didn't even have to buy anything because Dan just gave it all to you.
That's true. When I turned 21, Dan gave me my first handgun. And I've had one ever since, and I think I've maybe bought 2 of them, but the rest of them Dan's given to me over the years. He made me buy that blue thing. What was that blue thing that was so different?
Oh, it was a SIG.
But where they're still made
it was
in
a
Germany.
German SIG that was like a high-end German SIG with a single action trigger.
I never used it. It's the one that in that John Travolta movie. It's actually blue.
Yeah, it's
blue aluminum.
What about Steven? What's he like with the guns?
Steven's dangerous with the gun. He almost shot me once when we were hunting.
Really?
Yeah, he chambered around with his finger on the trigger, which is why I have such a pet peeve about that.
Oh, yeah.
And he went off right above my head.
He didn't ever attend a concealed weapons permit
Steven
class.
No, he went hunting with like black jeans, black boots, a black leather jacket. He looked like Joe Pesci trying to bury a body.
Like
he shows up hunting like that. The guy's like, what's with the Italian guy?
Joe Pesci.
The only thing he didn't have was like the black hat, Now,
does Steve at least have a couple guns for protection?
Yes, he's still dangerous.
How about Arlene?
He's protecting the bad guy, probably.
How about Arlene?
She could shoot.
She got one?
During COVID, she had the FN-57.
Oh, she did?
Yep,
She
20
asked for a gun.
rounds. She wanted a gun that she could easily rack, had 20 rounds, and didn't have too much recoil.
Not a lot of recoil.
I said, you shoot this,
But
it's
you
going to
talk
scare
about-
the what out of
At
whoever you're
81.
Yeah, and the FN-57 is that round is so fast.
Yeah,
that's a very fast, very very potent, very deadly round. If it hits you, it'll go through you.
Yeah,
it's going. So doesn't it travel like 1,400 feet a second or something?
Faster than that. It's closer to a rifle round.
Something like that.
It travels almost as fast as a rifle round. Yeah.
So tell me about Saturday. You guys because this goes right into Dan having some car trouble.
Oh God!
But so
horrible.
Saturday, Arlene calls for because she's the obviously the boss. She's the boss lady of the family, and now that Joe's gone, she's really like
boss hogging it.
Well, I mean, she used to be half of a really, really good parenting duo, right? Well, now Pops is gone, so Arlene's all in. Like, it's completely her word. Before, back in the day, Dan, you might be able to get a ruling from Joe and maybe get a soft up from Arlene. You could maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever situation you guys might be facing, Joe might be a little stiffer about it than Arlene. Arlene, as a parent, might be a little, she's very, just so, she loves her boys. And Joe loved her boys too, but Joe was hard on the boys.
Well,
and
Joe
so
didn't make us go to mass on a Saturday followed by a dinner. That was
True.
a big difference.
But now though, you can't even trump Arlene with like Dad wants to do something because now it's just completely Arlene's way. Completely, she's completely the boss. And Dan, I was told that she called for Mother's Day, of course. You guys love your mother. You're a deep Italian. It's really much. We always do something, with our moms.
Like you.
Like I did. And Arlene calls for a Saturday night mass with a dinner kicker or something like that. It's like, oh, Mom, why can't we just taking you to Charlie's or, taking you to dinner or to Union or to, what's that place, Jade? Boulan. Like, Mom, let us do that. No, Arlene wants to go to mass, and right?
Yep.
So Dan, tell me what happens.
So
now, are you, Jay, and Steve all required to be here?
Yes.
Okay. No ifs,
with our
ands,
kids.
No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I don't want to hear that Jay's in Costa Rica.
Nope.
I don't want to hear that Steve's on the train, the
auto
train. I don't want to hear that Dan's. I don't want to hear that Dan's at a medical convention. You three boys will be at mass with your families for Mother's Day Saturday night.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
And then I'm sitting in the pew wondering, where's Dan? That's where this all happens.
All right. So, what time are you guys required to be at the church?
5:30.
At what?
5:30.
5:30
On
Saturday afternoon, and you're required. It just goes without saying that you and your entire family, if they're in town, I don't know if Dick and Bella are in town. I think, but you will be there.
Yes.
That's law, period.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jay, pick it up from you and your family. Steve, are you all at the church, including Mama? And double down, Dan's nowhere to be found.
Correct. And we're wondering, I'm tapping Steve on the shoulder, and I'm whispering in his ear.
Have you heard from Dan?
Is Danny just bailing on this? Is he going to bail, or is he coming? And he turns around, he's like, his car broke down 3 blocks away, and his family's walking in the heat.
Really?
So they just took my high spot. So
No.
He just asked me.
Oh, okay.
He asked me what happened.
I didn't want your perspective on it. I want Jay to tell me the story, and then you fill in, Dan.
Right.
There's a method to my madness. Stop getting ahead of yourself.
Shortly thereafter, Romina's family comes to Mass. Little Danny sits next to me, and Sophia and Romina sit ahead of me, and Danny's nowhere to be found for the entire hour of the Mass. And then now we're after the Mass, and we're still wondering, and now Danny is waiting on the side of the road. So tell them how long and what happened.
So Dan, it gets to a point. It gets to a point. You're 3 blocks away, and what time is it? 8:25.
Whoa! No,
I mean,
it starts at 5:25.
Right.
So I'm rushing to Mass, and we're running a little bit late. But I don't want to be late. But I don't want to be late for Mom. So I say, watch this. And which usually doesn't end well when you say watch this.
So this is self-induced?
All this is self-induced.
I never heard this part of the story, Bubba.
Well, no one asked me.
Okay, well,
so I never saw you since then.
I realized.
Might want to not let Arlene hear this part of the tape.
So I'm like, watch this, and I hit the little V button, and I cut left instead of going down like Bayshore to downtown, and I'm like, I'm hitting the crosstown. So I get on the crosstown at Euclid, and I'm flying, and I get off that exit on like that Florida exit to go right to where we need to go. And I am on time. It's like I am flying, and it's 5:26. I'm like, yeah, look at this, man. I made up all that time. We're going to be right on time for church.
Of course, hold on, though. Of course, Steven and Jay have got there at 8:10. I'm sorry, 5:10. Well enough time to park their cars, get it all, walk into the facility, pay respects to Moms, make sure she knows you're there. Jay, what time did you get there?
No, that's Steven. Steven gets here a little early. I rolled in about 5:29. My family 5:25. I was parking the car.
Okay, so
Jay was doing the same thing I was doing.
Very close. Yeah.
Right.
Cut it to the last second.
All right. You guys aren't wired like me. Anyway, go ahead.
So,
but Steven, meanwhile, he's there 5:10 Willie, isn't he?
He drove Mom.
Yeah, of course.
She met at his house, and they drove Mom and Krista.
He's got to be the favorite by far. He's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be.
Steven, God bless him.
He is. I mean, listen, I love both you two, but Arlene does not care for you two like she does Steven.
Well, Steven
I'm just telling you, man.
Is that your observation?
If Steven's picking her up, making sure she's getting there, taking care of the due diligence, that goes a long way with Mama.
No,
she thinks you two are reckless playboys.
Yeah, but Steven's got a lot of time on his hands. I mean, he's retired.
I understand
he doesn't
that.
do anything.
Okay, Dan.
Reckless Playboys is a great name for a band.
Dan, let's not get you're getting mad about it.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying he's got a lot of free time.
Okay, so you say, looky here, and you, what part do you have car failure?
So again, I'm flying in the Escalade in the V, making all kinds of fun sounds.
In the $157,000 Escalade.
Yes,
with a Cadillac engine.
Yeah.
I mean a vet engine.
And I get off the crosstown on the exit, and as I'm getting off the crosstown and hit the brakes, it kind of stalls. Like the engine cuts out. So I hit the engine start button, it starts right back up. And then I'm going down Florida, and I'm literally 2.5 blocks away from the church, which is Sacred Heart. And the car stalls again, and it won't start up again. So I literally coast into a bus stop, and then the car won't start.
Which, by the way, that bus stop is not a really good area.
So
hold on. Do you say, okay, listen, Romina, you take the kids. The literally, I can see the church. It's right there.
Yeah, run,
run. So they're in nice, they're in dress up clothes.
Yeah.
Running like they're O.J. Simpson through an airport.
Yeah, but it was literally 2 blocks away.
I know.
It was that close.
But they're running, and the girls got makeup on, and it's just, it's just not flatter. It just sucks.
It's not what Romina and Sophia wanted to do.
Right.
Sophia and Romina were dressed nicely for church, and no one wants to run. Exactly.
And nobody wants to run to a formal event because you got your good clothes on, and you're all soaked up now, right?
Yep.
So
Yes.
Danny, you dispatch them out there
Right.
For the Mother's Day Mass, and so what do?
Well, I should have done what I would have told you to do, and that is call Terry, and I didn't.
I don't know
Instead-
why you didn't.
Well, because I got OnStar. So
I
you hit
know.
the OnStar button. OnStar, how can I help you? I'm like, car just died on me. Well, let me check. Let's do a diagnostic. They couldn't find anything wrong. Like, we'll send a tow truck for you. It'll be there in 40 minutes. I'm like, awesome. It'll be here before church is over. Well, 40 minutes turned into 2.5 hours.
So hold on. Now, are you getting text updates from Jay and Steve saying, where are you?
No, the kids have that handled. I'm not even getting that at all. I'm not getting that at all.
That's
I don't
right,
touch
because
my phone in Mass.
That's because also Romina got there and she was able to say, "Oh, I just want to let you know Donnie is having car problems 3 blocks down. We had to run here. That's why my makeup is running." Right, so she gets everybody up to speed.
Right.
But neither one of your brothers checked on you or nothing, Dan.
Well, I didn't need it. I was just expecting a tow truck to get there in 40 minutes and to, join them for dinner afterwards.
The moment Mass was
but
over,
the
we
problem
checked
was
in.
I couldn't. The car wouldn't lock. It was just like I had to stay with the car. It wouldn't lock.
So
it
the
wouldn't
car
unlock.
was just dead.
But the screens would come on, and the radio would come on, and the air conditioner would come on, but it wouldn't go into park, and it wouldn't lock or unlock right.
Well, what ended up being wrong with it?
I don't know. So
you pay $106. My $800 Crown Vic, man, it'll go right into gear. I could take it anywhere. I'd have no problems with it.
So Dan
your
missed dinner?
$157,000 SUV locked up. So Dan, he
missed everything.
So Mass ends. Before Mass ended, I'm like, I'm hot. It's hot. It's a hot day. And the air conditioner's not working in the car, so I have to stand outside. And then I find some shade, and then I go into the hotel there, and I get like a Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar. And
now, are you on the phone?
Snacks.
Are you on the phone with the tow truck company or anything, saying like, "What the hell"?
No, I called OnStar, and the OnStar you do it through the car, and then they gave me a number, but they said it's coming. I kept getting text updates. Tow truck will be there in 15 minutes, and I just kept doing the 15-minute deal to me. And then finally, the tow truck calls me. He goes, "I'm here, but I'm stuck in this traffic. I don't know if there's a lightning game or what it is, but I'm stuck. I've been here for 3 light cycles." So finally he gets there. He's like, "Oh, they didn't tell me it was one of these." Well, what does that mean? He goes, "I just got a regular tow truck. I think I need a flatbed for this because your back wheels, you got 4-wheel drive, everything's locked up.
And the back wheels cannot roll.
He goes, "I have this little sled thing." I'm like, "Well, hook up the sled." He goes, "Well, I don't know if it'll work." I'm like, "Well, dude, try it. Get me out of here. In fact, you're here. I'm giving you the key, and I'm leaving." And I called an Uber. I said, "If it's your problem, if you got a problem, then you can wait for the next guy to come up because I'm not waiting any longer. I've been here for almost 3 freaking hours."
How many people hand the keys over to a tow truck driver, $160,000 SUV, and just say like, "Whatever, you handle it"? Man, there's no way I would leave my $160,000.
So over it. Most people are trying to keep their keys away from the tow truck driver.
Dan's trying to give him.
Please,
Dan's
take
like,
it.
"Take this lemon." So Dan, are you going to limit it out? I mean,
no, it's not. I'm sure it's something really easy. I'm sure it's just not a.
Look at the pain and suffering it caused you.
Well, I mean, I went
Jay
off on OnStar so much that after I get home, I get a call from another tow truck driver. He goes, "Hey, I'm here." I'm like, "What do you mean you're here?"
Now, where are you at this point?
I'm home.
Oh, how did you get home?
Uber.
Oh.
So yeah, eventually in the 2.5 hours I waited.
How far was dinner away?
For Beachy, and we were downtown. So I ended up going to Steve and Eddie and Steve's and get pizza there.
So you had your
Oh, was that Eddie and Sam?
Sam and Eddie. Sam and Eddie's.
Sam and Eddie's, whatever. And
All right, so you got
followed by explosive diarrhea. Thank you, Sam and Eddie.
Oh my God!
So now was Arlene brought up to speed with your problems, and is she okay with it?
Everyone was, and I spent a little extra time with Mom Friday night. So she went to the football game and drove home with me. So we spent time together. So we were
okay,
cool.
All right.
But yeah, it was a very frustrating thing. I missed all of it. The whole thing.
You missed it, but was it pretty? Was it pretty good? Was it pretty good little get together?
Oh, it was streamlined. Mass was less than an hour. Dinner was less than an hour. My son came with his girlfriend, met my mom. Everything was cool.
And then Dan, meanwhile, Dan's having Eddie and Sam's. It gives him explosive diarrhea dinner.
I felt badly for Dan the whole time until I realized it was all self-imposed because he could have just called Terry and he would have been there with the pit crew in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it's all handled. It's all went to Dimmitt, and it's their problem. It's all warranty, and it's out of my hands. If it was any other car that wasn't warranty, then yeah, I would absolutely call Terry. But when you got the roadside, you're supposed to be able to use it.
Let me. What am I looking at here?
I guess Seth wanted to. I don't. What was it? Seth 6 something.
I think it was like 6:01. I know that you put a lot of pressure on Lummy to make sure that he delivered this week.
So we got all this ancillary programming that I don't even know much about. Like there's a show, guys doing shows. We're doing card breaks. We're eBaying cards. We're wheeling and dealing. We're selling TNA rookie card. Like there's just a whole big card memorabilia underground of the Bubba Army. Lummy.
You knew about this one though.
No, I'm not saying I'm not mad or nothing. Lummy's doing shows, Seth's doing shows. We're breaking cards. We're Dan and Seth are breaking cards. Just we've turned into a part-time radio show / full-blown card collection show.
Perfect.
Memorabilia sideshow.
People get into it.
The Bubba Shopping Network.
Yeah, exactly. So, Lummy, Friday you had a break with the fast talking Daniel Rose. Now, by the way, all this content is, I think, mostly on our YouTube channel.
Correct.
Is that where Seth is going to put him and Dan's break?
Yes.
Okay. On YouTube?
Yeah, I'm going to send it off to get edited.
You and Dan had a break, yesterday?
Saturday. I went over to his house. Yeah.
Oh, so before Dan had to be at Mass, before that, you guys did a break.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yes. And Dan's carriage house, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Isn't that a cool little cut?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I stayed over there a couple times.
The carriage house is where the men go. I think there's rules about the carriage house.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that...
No kids allowed.
Yeah, I think here's the rules. Let's see if I got them right. First of all, it's Dan's place. He's the captain of the ship in the carriage house because it's part of his home.
Mm-hmm.
But all brothers are welcomed at any time.
Yes.
And it's where all... mostly all major meetings and decisions for the family are made in said carriage house.
80% of them are.
Yes.
True.
And you can only go there if you're invited. You just don't think that you can just willy-nilly walk up there.
Nope.
You have to be invited or accompanied by a diaco.
Right.
Can I just say I was in
and only well groomed.
And when I mean diaco, I don't mean I don't mean Trey or little Danny.
No, it's good fellows. It's a friend of mine. It's a friend of ours.
It's got to be one of the 3 Diaco brothers, Stephen, Jay, and or Dan.
I just want to say, Bubba, I was rushing to get to Dan's house because I was coming from Tarpon after I was done shooting, and I wanted to get there because I think I told Dan, earlier so I was running late, and I got caught up in that 25-mile-per-hour zone that lady got imposed in the neighborhood, and I'm with Dan. That's painful to drive 25 miles per hour, especially when you're trying to get somewhere. I think we need to do something to that lady.
Karen McDill?
Yeah.
That's her name, Karen McDill.
Yeah.
We got to
listen, Steven said, Ixnay on messing with that chick A.
Yep.
And no more talking about her on the radio.
She's Delta Force, man.
Right. He's like...
She's ex-Delta Force. And Steven's scared.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say I feel Dan's pain.
Yeah, I do too, because she mean-mugged me yesterday, Seth, when I had my window down going 26 miles an hour. And I swear to God, she mean-mugged me. And then Steve walked by her. She's like, I saw your brother, Dan. And he's like, it's not me.
Yeah, because Jay.
It's not me.
Jay rips out of my house. Jay rips out of my house every time.
I've never done that ever.
I hear
wrong.
Go
wrong.
Down. Don't talk over me.
I'm walking over you.
I hear going down the driveway. Then as soon as he takes that left, they're like,
You've never heard that.
Every freaking time.
You've
Jay.
never heard that.
Every
Dan.
single time. Every single time.
Bubba,
I know. I did
that's a lie.
I
It's
know.
not a lie.
I did a burnout in Jay's
a lie.
neighborhood and got in trouble.
Right.
Dan, that's
yeah.
a bold-faced
Jay
lie.
always hauls ass down
I've
in my
never
house.
done that.
Every
Ever since
single
I've
time.
had
So
children.
Jay's the reason why he got changed.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
He's
It's
trying
not
to
him,
blame
it
me
was
because I
Jay.
look
He's
like
mad
him.
at Jake. He's
My
trying
whole
to
life,
use the 911
Bubba,
turbo.
I've been blamed for Danny's crap, and he tries to put it on me.
Because you look like him.
He does.
And as we get older,
there's
he
been
gets
a lot of things that he's done that has come back to, and you've had to take the blame for him, Jay.
And I've
because
done none of them.
And you were like, I swear to God, I'm only guilty of one thing: looking like him.
Yes.
I did not do that.
Yes.
I mean, I got to think it happened a lot more often when you guys were younger than now.
For sure.
And I got to think about some of the subject matter we might want to keep off the radio. So, Lummy, you got this big, fast-talking Daniel Rhodes, Bubba repack, massive haul revealed, unboxing Bubba Army repacks with Lummy.
Yeah, and we had it where it was going to be set up, and we just had a problem where I wouldn't have to use my laptop. We had the podcast mics working, video set up, and we were going to have it just the list pipe through. And
you know, to me, sounds like a lot of technical things that you're relying on when Macho Man's, probably dirt down at an EDM festival.
Well, I mean, it would have been probably helpful.
yeah.
But Red really stepped up and helped
I'm sure
a lot,
Red did his best, but you feel better when you have both of those studs in the building.
Correct. And
Love
unfortunately, I had to then run it off the laptop to do the randomizer.
Love it. Nice Reggie Jackson in
And my
his A's
computer went down.
uniform. Brings back memories. So does the Coliseum that doesn't look like that anymore. Perfect. Number 5.
It went down.
I told you, Bubba, this is
5.
great.
Oh no. Hold on.
This is Lummy freaking out.
Yeah, I was already thinking how I was going to get yelled at by you.
And so not only do you got a technical glitch, which makes this thing look stupid,
Yeah.
which means it's going to end up on my radar, which
Yep.
means you're going to end up in trouble.
Exactly.
And all of that swirling through your brain
In the last 5 seconds.
as you're getting this, you're trying to fix this.
Yes.
You're like, oh my God, it's gonna be very painful for me to get this screen back up. It's going to take time. It's going to be dead air. It's going to be not very entertaining. Bubba, somebody's going to snitch me out, Seth, on.
Well, Mike Thoroughman bought me a spot, so I was watching. I was watching this more intently than I normally do.
Oh no, Lemmy's thinking, oh no.
He says, oh no.
Oh no. That's not good. My document expired on the pool. Let's see if I can rewind it real quick.
Now let me at this point now here. What's?
He's defeated. You could tell.
I was defeated.
Of course, there had to be something.
He doesn't have a good poker
Had
face,
to be
does he?
something. Here, I'm going to zoom in.
Maybe you got
Sorry for the delay,
expired
guys.
at the pool?
I can't read that.
Poor Tracy.
This is not good. I screwed up again. Oh, crap. I don't know if I can see it.
Oh, God.
Of course.
Now let me at this point.
This is live.
Let me. Are you?
This is live, yeah.
At this point, let me. Do you feel like literally just going in your truck and
Driving off.
Yeah, yes. I actually thought about shutting it down. Just
were
be
you
like,
thinking?
we'll do it
Were you
later.
thinking about getting a garden hose and putting it to your exhaust and then put it inside your car cab?
Yes.
And
100%.
and take a nap.
Yeah, but I was ready to just be done.
And then,
Look at his face. Oh,
And then Daniel's trying to come up with something that just doesn't make sense, so.
oh, no. Hold on. Why can't this ever go smooth? We were going smooth. Hold on. I think I got it.
Still there?
No.
All right, Lummy. So that's
It was a bad Friday.
that's your deal.
Yeah.
Now I've been also brought to my attention that that Colton and Tuttle, they're doing their Stoner and the Loner and Stoner podcast, and somebody got a hold of Seth and said it sounds like Tuttle's talking, like making himself talk slower on purpose. And is that not what we heard?
Yeah, it was. I heard it from a couple people. They were like, Tuttle's talking slowly, and I didn't pay any attention to it. And this guy sent me a DM last night, and he's like, hey, this should probably be an email, but here it goes anyway. I just got done listening to the podcast, blah, blah. I've decided that Tuttle is speaking too slow. I started to play it at 1.2 times, and Tuttle sounds much better. The issue is Colton sounds sped up, LOL. Thought you would enjoy trying to listen at a 1.2. It fixes the show a little if Tuttle is speaking a lot. So
been on
people
too
are-
many shows, and my whole thing is that I don't worry about what you call it. Like, I'm more worried about what we're doing right now. So
Yeah.
it's like, I know we talked about
Now
calling.
that's you, right?
Yeah.
That's you.
Hit the high spot, and then
slow.
So this is the Loner and Stoner show.
No,
and
Bubba, you have the wrong. You have May 12th clicked on. Yeah, that's the wrestling show.
you saw their other podcast named The High
I'm just saying what it shows.
Okay, but
I know.
so how do I click?
Spot. I just call it the rest.
I don't know.
What I'm saying is you guys can see what I got here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, maybe I need to reset it. If I want to hit and listen to the show, don't I hit this green button right here?
You would assume so.
Okay.
For May 9th.
Wrestling show, which with Gary and Seth, which is
Oh, no wonder it sounds like
simple and
Tuttle's talking
stupid.
slowly. It's Seth.
I'm just saying, like Seth, I'm only playing what they're giving
Yeah,
me.
no, it's something's not working.
But I actually like it when I type it into the podcast. So we'll figure this out right now. But we're not.
Well, I mean, the guy might think that you're Tuttle, and like I don't
Tuttle's
know.
more likable when he sounds like Seth.
We can't even find.
Play it at 1.25 and you sound like Tuttle.
No.
Seth at 1 1/4 is Tuttle.
Let me go into words and somebody find me the right audio. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Hey, Bubba, did you see the thing my girl posted to the Suits music?
Yeah, I was gonna bust your fucking ass on it.
Yeah, it's got 30,000 views. Bust my ass all you like.
Oh, I'm gonna bust your fucking ass.
Bust my ass.
Oh, be ready
Please.
for it. You better be ready for it.
It's
because it's coming.
I would never do anything.
Because your ass busting is coming.
Why?
Because you and fuckface over here don't. He didn't even watch Suits.
I do watch it.
No, you only watched 4 episodes.
I still like it. And
So-
the more I watch it,
So I
the more
get clown.
I'm hard.
So
being Dan's not.
I get clowned for it, and then
I never clowned
I'm
you.
not busting your balls for real. I'm busting your balls as the boys by saying that Dan doesn't even watch the fucking thing, and your PR person wouldn't even have known to use it if I hadn't have made you watch the thing.
That's weird. I didn't even tell her.
Yeah.
She put it to Suits music on her own. I swear to
She
Christ.
doesn't. She doesn't hear us talking about it.
I never listened to any of it. She's in Madrid, Spain. I have a social media girl that works from Madrid, Spain. And
Well,
so
great.
She said, do a day in the life
So when I
video.
saw your
I sent
fucking-
her 5 minutes worth of bullshit clips, and that's what she came up with to that music. And I've said, Pity, man, how does she pick the music? And he goes, that's the Suits music.
I know.
I know now, but it's like, it's got 31,000 views.
I know. It's what I'm trying to fucking tell you. But Dan will watch the show.
I'm watching another episode tonight.
You can't watch it now, Dan. It's 9 episodes. You can't watch it live.
9 episodes or 9 seasons?
9 seasons.
Like 90 episodes?
Yes.
So Seth, my
No,
Instagram
like 180
100
episodes.
views a month for like 35 to 40
You couldn't.
episodes. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
That's great.
And it's just by doing those silly little things.
No,
And
it's
so she
great.
comes up with good ideas, and so I had one that had 80,000 views, 72,000 views.
Somebody send me that link to it because I was going
I'll
to
send it
ask.
to you right now. You
No,
want me
no,
to
you
send it
gotta-
to you through Instagram?
You got to send it to Lummy to send it to my IM.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got you guys on the right path.
She's so good because she's young and she knows exactly what's trending. And so if
Yeah.
it's a Michael Scott thing that's on TikTok, she'll have Danny. You know, Danny's really good at the voiceover stuff. I mean, fucking excellent at it. The ham it up stuff. But it's been, I hated doing it, but I like watching the results because the phone's ringing.
Yeah.
And it's a younger crowd. We had a girl who saw us on TikTok, told her mom, and then the mom called us on the midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, Fitty was like fucking beyond himself on that one.
I mean,
Like,
that's-
you've never got that demographic ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty huge.
So
Pretty huge. I mean,
yeah, pretty psyched. with
Those
it.
are getting the young people. You're not really even trying.
Right. She's just doing, I guess, a younger type of host.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
me. It's not me coming up with the ideas.
Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Well, you can't send it to Lover. You can't
I
get
can
it.
send it to your text.
No, I'll find it.
Well, that's the thing,
I
Jay.
just sent it to you.
That's the thing, Jay. Is like because I've been hired to do a lot of social media stuff, and it's like sometimes you let the people do their thing, and then sometimes like people like if I was working for you, like a lot of times you would start telling me like what to do and what content works. And I'm like, why would you hire me if you're gonna do everything and you're the expert?
Well, that's the thing with me that was difficult is letting the control go, because
you know, I was told by one person to do something, and I'd been doing it for a year or so, and immediately she wanted to scrub it, start over. And so I was like, okay. It's like having an artist do a piece of artwork.
Is this one it right here?
I'm like, do it. Yeah, that's the one. Go down. That's it. Go down. The one more.
Right here.
There.
Right here?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's and there was.
I watched it 10 times ready to bust your balls on it.
The comments were hilarious. So yeah, it's got right now. Let's see what it's got. 30,200 right now.
Damn.
And we posted, I think, on Friday. Yeah, so she didn't know anything about us and our suits thing.
I know, which validates that I'm even more right on how cool fucking Suits is.
You're right.
Okay, that's kind of like what I'm getting at.
I'm gonna go watch more. You sold me.
There we go.
So what if Hulk Hogan banged his wife? And that's bad? You would have too if your best friend was the greatest wrestler of all time. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
I think we only have 2 more breaks. 23 and 24.
Correct.
So would we?
Do you like this song?
Yeah, I'll take this. Sure, yeah. But what I'm saying is like, so is 24 the last break that leads to 25, or is 23 the last break that leads to 24? I think it's 24 that leads to 25.
Yes.
I think
we were just coming out of 6. Well, that's what I have for segment 6. I just saved segment 6.
So we have this segment, which I need to sweep pretty long, and then one more segment to say goodbye.
Yes.
Correct?
You are super on time.
And we haven't even, I don't even know what the hell we've talked about today. The show is almost over. And I can't hardly tell you what we talked about.
We had a lot of stuff that happened in the the Bubbaverse this weekend.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about you celebrating Pepe's graduation and how the merch crate had those knocks strapped down.
So Bubba 199 Friday, if you're going to go through what I did, Bubba 199 Friday, which I'm going to make an announcement. This is, I'll probably catch all kinds of heat on the deal.
Uh-oh.
But, Bubba 199s we've been doing since, my God, when did we, it was, at one time it was just me, you, and Janessa.
2018.
And then it was me, you, and Travis.
Yes.
And then, I don't even know when we started them.
It was like 2018,
and wasn't it for a while every Friday?
Yes, it was.
It went, so Bubba 199 started out with me, Janessa, and Lummy. And then I think she left, and
then you started sending me to the dollhouse, which wasn't bad.
Yeah, I started sending in, and it was every Friday because the only place we were visually seen and we could make a lot of money on and play this type of music and not get like copyright strikes and things like that was Twitch.
Yep.
So, and that's the only, and we didn't really have a YouTube. I mean, we had a YouTube channel, but we weren't working it the way Rhett's working it. Like, we were just, stagnant. Rhett, when you first got here, not the second time, the first time, when you first came here the very first time, what were we like? 24,000, 25,000 subscribers?
Yeah. I think it was like 27 or 28.
Something like something like that. Yeah.
Oh, the job.
And then Rhett comes, phew.
That was December of 2020.
Yeah, so look at, phew. So let me, I have to continue my thought here. So we started out Bubba 199, and we were only on Twitch. That was the only visual place you could see us. It's the only place we could play music. have hot chicks.
Yep.
And then after Jeanette, we got one strike because Jeanette's white
yoga pants playing Twister.
Say camel toed. I mean, you can literally go to Twitch right now, and they got full blown chicks in hot tubs. With paint their boobs completely out, but they're painted over. They've done some kind of boob art on it, and they're allowed. They've just really. Hot tub chicks, and they've really gotten very risque, and especially all we had was a hot chick in white yoga pants. That's it. Who was doing Twister?
Yep.
And we got a suspension for that. So we went from that. So then, we're like, okay, let's start doing it once a month, and we'll have a bunch of the Bubba Army royalty in here. We'll have first of all, Big Red and Creatine Travis and their wives, and then Heather Wiz and the Merch Crick. I'm just trying to think. And then, then Susan Poitras and Tease and the Nash brothers and Mushroom Mitch and Bob Cook and sometimes Will, T-shirt Will, sometimes the Nick the Gun Guy, Little Wilbur's Afterbirth, just royalty. Yeah. Susan Tease. Wizzy, I think I mentioned Maria Guatemala has really showed some nice underboob of late. Yes. So, but we do it once a month, and sometimes it feels cumbersome, just because we do it so much. So, Lummy, I'm canceling them. I'm canceling Bubba 199s, and we're gonna do them 4 times a year.
Make it more of an event.
Yeah. Make it more of an event. And do it 4 times a year, and that way we know we can have Mach on the wheels every time, which is the best for music because our CDs machines won't skip.
Yeah,
I mean, we had CD like Seth. You could see how defeated I had CD machines skipping. I was just
dude. I thought I had a great time. I thought it was fun. I didn't even remember that. I mean, I thought.
Are you tuned up a little?
I'm always stoned. I wish it was. I wish it was still going. I get it,
but it's a different vibe from a guy that's just sitting over there, high as hell, happy, than a guy over here that has to, I have to run it, I have to host it, I have to get everybody incorporated. It's different as the host.
Oh, I know. I'm just telling you from my end. I enjoyed it.
So, Lummy, the next Bubba 199 is going to be in August.
Wow.
And it'll be the last opportunity to qualify because, September 15th, you got to be qualified by.
Yes.
As far as your BARP money, having your BARP money in, your $2,400.
Yes.
So August, no. September
6th.
6th.
Yeah.
Wow.
September 6th is the last, will be the next Bubba 199. And then, Lummy, after September 6th, the next Bubba 199 is going to be the BARP Bubba 199. And everything in BARP this year has been moved. Have you seen the way the calendar runs? And instead of us, usually we do it, the Martin Luther King weekend. Martin Luther King Day is the I think the 20th instead of the 13th. Of next year.
Oh, damn, that's later than usual.
Yeah, so BARP is a week later, Lummy.
Wow, okay.
So instead of being January 9, 10, and 11, BARP looks like it's going to be January 16, 17, and 18. Because I think Martin Luther, anybody got a calendar there?
Yep.
Yeah, Martin Luther King Day is on the 20th. So, Lummy, that's the weekend that we do BARP, is always the weekend. Now, oddly enough, it might help us, Lummy, because that's the second round of playoffs.
That's true.
And the Bucks usually,
let's be honest,
the Bucks got a chance to maybe be a wild card, but they probably, won't be hosting the divisional round in Tampa. One would think.
No.
So that might be better for hotel rooms because a lot of times. That's hurt us.
I'll get them now.
Over the years. Well, I got to send the Merch Crick down to the host hotels to start negotiating rates. But so anyway, Lummy, the next Bubba 199, and that way I can line up, make sure all the hot chicks are here, make sure everybody's given plenty of notice, and we have a full house, and it's a big deal. and it gives me a few months to travel and to enjoy my summer, so to speak. Maybe we just take summers off.
But you also have the truck stuff too, right?
Yeah, I got that a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jay, I'm proud. I was going to bust your balls by saying, Jay, I've had to beg you to watch Suits, and you're not really into it as much as I am. You've only watched 4 episodes, and now, but it's. My recommendation is good enough to be part of your target marketing within your law firm. I would be like, you biter, bitch.
Oh, you know who's the biggest mark for Suits?
Who?
My wife.
Really?
Now, is she?
She's watched every episode.
Oh, I'd like to know who she thinks is who.
Well,
does she think Danny's Harvey or does she think I'm Harvey?
No, she says she agrees with Bubba.
She does?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, Danny's Harvey?
Yep.
And
I'm
Jay,
the firm manager.
No. You know, you got a little bit of who's the kid that's all based on that's in trouble. It's the smart Mike Ross. You're kind of Mike Ross
with a law degree.
You're kind of a legitimate Mike Ross.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'll take that.
You're the Mike Ross if he really had gone to Harvard and really did pass the bar.
But he actually does remind me of a young lawyer. When I was a young lawyer, I would take those cases where you'd meet that woman and you'd at the hospital or somewhere in their house, before the era of like DocuSign and all this crap. I used to have to go to people and go sit with them, just like that kid does.
Or go find them.
Yep, as a young lawyer, and convince them that I can solve your problems, even though you don't believe you can. If you trust me, I can.
Right.
And so that's what those first few episodes. What he was doing is he's kind of a criminal, but he kind of cares.
Who's Lewis Litt?
Brian Matroni.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Brian's Lewis Litt. He really is. He is kind of Lewis. Now, who's Jessica?
Steven. Steve's like that firm manager, the one that's working all the things behind the scenes.
You never saw Jessica in court, but she ran all the show.
She runs the whole thing like a chessboard.
So that was just like when you guys had Adams and Diaco. That's kind of the way it was. You were the litigator.
Rob and I were the Harveys in the firm. We were the guys in the firm.
You were the litigators. Right.
Yep.
And Steve was the deal maker.
Yep. The rainmaker, the firm administrator, kept
Steve
all the offices together. And
Steve would be the one that says, "Listen, you know what? It makes sense for us to settle, or we're going to trial."
Yep.
That was his guy. And then he would have his 2 soldiers, and you and Rob, and you guys would just take your marching orders from Steve. Okay, we're either settling this, or we're going to go ahead and go for it.
Well, actually, more firm administration. Steve never had the ability to tell me what case to settle ever.
No, I know that
because he would have settled every case. You and I like trying cases. Steve likes settling them.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And how many times did you and Rob and Steve ever get into it where you and Rob are biting at the chomping at the bit to try this thing?
Every case.
And Steve wants to no, guys, it's going to be too expensive. We can get the money now. And so every case.
Yeah, and I would literally about a week before I would say,
did you have a voting
listen,
system?
I would just say, listen, I'm in war mode. I know what you're saying. If there's a chance to get it settled, great. Right now, we're worlds apart, so stop talking to me about that. I'm in war mode. I'm thinking one thing only, which is I'm going to win.
Right,
now,
so
leave me alone.
So he came up with he would come up with figure A, and that would be your comment back.
And I would always be in agreement with them.
But by the time he got back with figure C, which was 4 times figure A, did you ever say, okay, I got it. I think we're getting close. I can maybe kind of get out. I can get out of trial mode, and we might. You know what? That's closer to what I think we could get.
But though, cases that are going to go to trial, they're going to go to trial.
Yeah.
And so you're a week out, and he's trying to talk to me about a case like it's a normal case. Oh, come on, don't you think? No, I know the opponent. I know the other side. I know what we're doing. We're going to trial on this one, so leave me alone.
I've never asked this question with you, and I should know the answer. As we were the defendant, did they ever come to us and offer a settlement, or did we? I think we settled. Didn't we settle? Didn't we put a $1 settlement?
No, we did a proposal for settlement for maybe 10 or 20 grand.
No,
because we knew.
I can remember exactly what it was. It was 15.5, and that was strategically calculated by you and everybody. Because if
it was above the minimum jurisdictional requirement of 15,
right? It was 15.5. And
we knew they would never take
so,
it.
So
and it
Seth,
was
they
so we
come
could
to
get
me
fees.
because I don't quite understand the law. They come to me because my if they asked me during trial, hey, you want to settle with MJ? I'd be like, screw him. I wouldn't give him $1. You know, that's the mode I'm in. So Jay has to convince me that if we offer him $15,500, that he's not going to ever take it. But we've gone on record with and then, like the whole.
It sets us up for attorney's fees.
Right,
Seth.
the whole.
If you go win the trial.
Right.
And they didn't accept the 15.5.
Yeah. So if you win the trial and your
fees.
damages are more than 15.5, they have to pay your attorney's fees and the number, right?
Yeah.
So you strategically come up with a super lowball number that they'll never go through. But to me, I was like, no.
It was a.
We're not. No. What if you? No. And Jay and everybody had to settle me down because I'm like, no, I'm not offering him $1. $15,500 is $15,500 more than he needs to be offered.
It was doggy dollars. You were going through a divorce.
It's like, no way are we going to offer. And Tom B and everybody are talking. Listen, buddy, they're not going to take it. And it's a way. It's a legal strategy that all good lawyers use, because at that point, if we prevail, they have to pay your legal fees. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to offer them nothing. And so we did. We put an offer in for $15,500. And Jay, do you remember Phil's reaction? Like, do they have to give you an answer when you send it to them, or
No,
they just say
ignore
no?
it.
They just say no.
They ignore it. But you remember they settled out with Cox the Friday before the Monday trial, and they never even reached out to us at all. And so at the end, that's what their big fatal mistake was. They didn't ask Greg to agree not to continue the case. So he got his client out, and then he called me up and he's like, they've agreed to have me sit with you for the rest of it. Awesome.
Yeah.
So remember how shocked he was when Greg walked in to Monday?
So did Cox write a check?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea, because Greg Herring is one of those guys.
On.
I have no idea whatsoever.
I know you don't know, but what is your guess? And we're so many years removed for it that most people don't know what we're talking about. But my opinion is a small one, a very small one.
I know Greg Herring really, really well, and he was so adamant about the defense of the case. So I have no idea what, if anything, was taken care of. But I know that it couldn't have been much.
Right. In my estimation.
And if any, I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. And this is a God's honest truth, because Greg is as stiff and straight as anyone in the world.
Chinese walls.
I have zero idea, none. I've never seen the agreement.
I'd say 25.
I have no idea.
I'd say Cox wrote him $25,000.
I'd be completely speculating and would never.
So anyway, I watch Suits. I tell Jay, you've got to watch Suits. It's the best ever. Yes, it's from 2012. Yes, it's with Meghan Markle, who's now married to Prince Harry. Yes, but it's about being a lawyer and a corporate lawyer in downtown Manhattan. And I wanted Jay to watch it mostly just to see do they take a lot of and Jay, you've told me that they do take a lot of legal liberties, and there's a lot of really, really not procedurally correct things that they do,
for sure,
but for TV to quicken the pace. Like, I see in this damn Suits, they have more in-chamber meetings than I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I don't think there's that many in-chamber meetings.
Well, you've seen them all, and the thing is, they're all with both lawyers. You're never alone. It's called an ex parte communication. You're not allowed to get into the judge's chambers and talk about your case. That right there is the judge would get disbarred. Everyone would get disbarred. That's like the biggest no-no, and they do it every episode.
All right, so
other than that, it's good.
So you're kind of Harvey Specter, and Dan. Who's Dan? Who's Dan? We got Brian Matroni as Louis Litt. We got Steven as Jessica. Who do we? Was Rob like kind of Harvey Specter, or no?
100%.
Yeah.
Rob Adams.
Although
was 100%.
Although Rob Adams is far better looking than Harvey Specter, Rob Adams was kind of shot out of a cannon like Harvey Specter. I mean, not Harvey. I'm sorry, Louis Lips.
Absolutely. Rob Adams would, not only abuse people in court, but out of court. If they ever said something to him, it was brutal. I couldn't imagine.
Big dude.
He's huge. He's 6'5".
All right. So anyway, Jay, his new girl who's doing his social media for him, put together this little video. Yeah. I watched it last week. It's pretty funny. It's the day in the life of a Tampa personal injury attorney. It's kind of Jay's new girl that's doing his social media, and this is an Instagram deal.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's working out of Madrid, Spain. She knew one of Rob Adams' son's girlfriend, went to college with him, and so she does all this remotely. So she said, just give me a bunch of clips of you in a day in the life, and this is what she came up with. It's got 30,000 views.
And let me guess what music she uses.
The Suits theme song.
The Suits theme song.
You know, Bubba, I'm sure Seth's going to be happy about this, but they're doing a Suits spinoff that's going to be later this year.
Oh man!
Okay,
Suits LA.
Tell me who's.
I have no idea.
Oh, instead of it being out of Manhattan, now they're all in
porn
LA.
actors.
Yeah, out of LA.
Do they have any information as to who the players are?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. I just saw that they announced it.
Can you research it a little bit more?
Yes, sir.
And when you give that juicy of a morsel, that you have a little more information for it.
Yes.
Well, they're out to DiCaprio, Bubba, so I think they're just waiting for if he's going to pass on it or not, and then I think they'll go to the next person down, and the next person down. So I mean, this is going to be a big thing. I got to catch up on all 19 seasons before the new one drops.
How do I? I gotta start it from the very, very top. Let me.
There you go.
Hold on, be quiet. I'm analyzing, so I give you my report card. Get only one observation. I think she should have made the font a little bit bigger and maybe in yellow.
I agree with that.
Like if you look at some of our shorts, we have them in yellow, and
it's hard to read,
and it's easier to read. This
it's hard to read.
This is hard to read.
Yep.
And the font needs to be one step up.
It could be all caps even.
And even all caps. But I mean, love the concept. It still resonates. Even if it was in yellow and slowed down, it would still resonate. It resonates now just as good as it would be then. I like it. So we need to have Danny do one.
Yeah. It's supposed to.
Except we got to cut. You got to cut out him getting on the on 275 for that one little exit and getting it up to 185.
Yeah, you keep that.
Past the part where he's going 25 in his neighborhood.
Yeah,
Bubba, just
flipping off the neighbors. What's that?
On the Suits LA, it's pretty much just going to be the same exact show, but based in LA.
Same characters?
No, like same everything.
Oh, it's going to be way more woke.
So hold on, though. But hold on, not the same characters?
No.
So they're like the Harvey Specter now isn't going to be the Harvey Specter LA?
Correct.
Well, then I'm not watching it.
I just thought you had the premise.
Please.
And the writing in 2024 is going to be different than the writing 8 years ago because it was kind of sexy and racy and topical. And I wonder if she would even do that anymore.
And it's on
Meghan
NBC.
Markle.
So it's on NBC too.
Don't you think Donna is just the redhead? Don't you think she's just so hot? Just the swag that she carries.
There's definitely some interesting characters, and she's absolutely one of them.
Oh,
I do like the show. It's mindless television. If you're tired of watching the news or watching anything that really requires any kind of mind power, watch it. It's fun. The hour goes by fast.
And did you know Jessica? She's beautiful. Somebody said she was more. I think she was married to Lawrence Fishbone or whatever the hell his name.
Well, if you look at the casting in that's the way casting used to be when it was a bunch of handsome people and beautiful people. And now, I'm curious to see what Suits LA's cast looks like.
You know who's Harvey Lett? I'm sorry. Do you know who Louis Lett is?
Who's that?
Seth.
Oh,
Seth is completely Louis Litt. He is completely Louis Litt.
All right, Seth.
Let me send me like a Louis Litt. Like a real cynical, because remember Louis Litt, he goes mudding, and he's just super brilliant and he's super sharp with his tongue, and he's
just always testing everyone's loyalty to the firm.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
are you doing what you're supposed to do for the firm?
Right, and he can be a real dick at times, but he's very much lovable.
They do
and
show
smart.
a soft side to him. It's an interesting character.
I was going to play this with Danny being here because it was Duke.
It's unreal.
And how do let me just ask you a question. Regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of what you stand on, Hamas and Palestine and Israel and all that craziness, I mean, obviously that's what a lot of these campuses have been, raising hell about, and that's pro-Palestinian, encampments, and just like our whole university, all of our universities right now are just going through a really. Even at USF, when I went to Pepe's walk-through deal, some girl tried to pull out a Palestinian flag right before she takes a picture with the president. And the president, man, I got to give her credit. It was butter. She saw the girl Because before you get to the president to get your picture taken, you got to shake like two or three. They have to announce your name, and then you do this 2 handshakes with these couple people, maybe a picture, and then like your third or fourth person on stage is the president. And they have this little X where you stand, and the president stands beside you, and they shoot your picture, and then you walk down the stage a little bit further, and then one last dean or chancellor or somebody shakes your hand. Then you go down the ramp, and then they got the big University of South Florida logo. You take a picture there, So and then probably when they give your diploma to you, they have pictures in there of you and the president, and it looks super cool, right?
Yeah, that's what.
So the president was so ready for this. So this girl comes over. She's got this Palestinian flag. And the president just took 3 steps behind. This one dude kind of got in front of her and just made that Palestinian girl just go right to the next person, got her hand shook, and right off the stage. And then when the next person came in behind, president stepped up, was right there for the picture. Like they'd rehearsed it. And so, what I don't understand is, what does having Jerry Seinfeld come speak at your commencement? I mean, arguably one of the most likable, successful, talented, just, iconic, pop culture, iconic people. A person that literally is pop culturally iconic for all of your life. And I mean, you couldn't think of a better. I don't understand how anybody could have any heat to Jerry Seinfeld.
He's kind of kept his nose clean, too. He's never gotten in trouble.
Never gotten in trouble. Not part of any sex scandals.
Didn't he marry like a 16-year-old or something?
They met when she was 16, but they married when she was older.
Yeah, but I mean, are they still together?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still together.
But Bubba, they did this because if there was some no-name person up there, this would have never made the news that they walked out on some no-name person. They used all of these accolades and his celebrity to try to get their point across, which they did because it's all over the place.
You're right. It's like I can't even remember. I'm actually trying to find it online right now. I can't find who my commencement speaker was when I walked. It was a big deal, and so to have this kind of a guy come to your campus is enormous, and it shouldn't go without notice. He's also Jewish,
right?
And so when they're doing this to one of the most popular comedians of our era, one of the most important icons in television history, I guess that's the forum to do it, Seth, but it's just so offensive.
Like
to
USF
me. It's just,
at Pepe's.
I don't get it.
At Pepe's commencement, they had a guy that was had his master's from Northwestern, his doctorate from Cornell, and he was a financial real estate. Right now he's in charge of what's the Ybor city, the new Ybor
Gasworks.
Yeah, he's in charge of the whole Gasworks reorganization of Ybor project, and he went and his resume had all of these, and he was a USF grad. He did his undergraduate at USF, but he was recognized as one of the top 20 most influential, up and coming business people in America. And he got there and he had a 2-minute speech, just about, hey, look around, these are the fellow leaders, these are the people that need to go into the community and start business and research and development and blah 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 blah. But it was just, it wasn't anybody of name. But when you get Jerry Seinfeld to come up to your place and talk and give you some motivation, you're right. Seth, you're right. It kind of sets up the perfect storm because if Johnny Gasworks was there, nobody's going to cover that, right?
No.
Nope.
You're not going to get 200,000 clicks on Johnny Gasworks. But Jerry Seinfeld, you get all the clicks in the world. What a bunch of... You know what? I think if you walk out of commencement on somebody, they shouldn't give you your diploma.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
Well, if you violate the rules at the school, you're supposed to be punished. That's the whole idea,
right?
Like an academic, code.
We're going to withhold your scholarship. Withhold your diploma for a year or 6 months. Watch these little bitches cry about that.
Big deal about our commencement speaker?
So here's some dumb bitches with some Palestinian flags draped over their shoulders. And so Jerry's now talking.
I do think you should point out that it's a very small minority of people that get up.
Yeah. It's not like UFC last week.
I would say like 1%.
They get their point across, but it's a handful.
I mean, that's just rude. That's just being a dick. I didn't get a chance to get Dan in here. I was going to ask Dan this, but a lot of people are.
Yeah, he asked if you could cover it tomorrow.
Okay, we'll cover it tomorrow.
he wanted to break it down.
It was the Tom Brady. It was the Tom Brady roast and Ben Affleck, and he did the worst.
Terrible.
Like he was the worst.
Yeah.
Him. I thought Will Ferrell was horrible.
Not good.
I thought.
The real actors and comedians did terrible.
Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, whatever.
They were bad.
They were horrible. Everybody else was surprisingly pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Everybody,
the athletes were really good.
And, so really, Ben Affleck was horrible. He might have been the worst. Him or Will Ferrell might have been the very worst.
And Ben Affleck, everyone, after they get done roasting Tom, they give him a handshake and a hug and all that. Ben Affleck turned around and walked right off the stage.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame about Tom Segura, too, because his early stuff was funny, man.
Oh, yeah, he's a good comedian.
He was hilarious. But his last special and then just the podcast he's been doing, like, he's very watered down now.
I don't find it at all funny is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to tell you.
It's never been funny.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, how did Bert Kreischer?
Because of that stupid machine story. It got shared on Facebook, and that's basically how he got popular again.
What do you mean? Like,
well, he's been doing like acting and comedy for a little while. But a couple of years ago, there was a story he told about his trip to Russia and how they called him the Machine, which is probably a fake story.
Yeah.
But that got really, really heavily circulated online, and then he went on Rogan to talk about it, and he became buddies with Rogan, so he got in that circle of comedians.
That's his longevity.
And that's kind of the thing, too, is that, like, as much as I like Rogan and his podcast, the comedians he hangs out with and has on his show, like, his comedian buddies aren't that funny. Stand up.
And
Joey Diaz is
and they
good.
really need him more than he needs.
Well,
first of all,
absolutely.
he doesn't know. First of all, Joe Rogan doesn't need anybody. Joe Rogan could literally, Joe Rogan will make you a star instant just by being on his show. Just the cred that you get by being on Joe's show. So he should really be picking the funniest of funny. Well, but maybe they're just his boys, and he doesn't really care if they're funny or not.
Well, they go to the mothership. His comedy.
Yeah, he opened a comedy club in Texas a couple of years ago, and he's been booking all of his buddies, except for Brennan Schaub,
which is weird.
Because he's just awful.
He's definitely one of the reasons Shane Gillis is as big as he is right now, and Kill Tony, which is the most viewed live podcast.
And that guy did great on the roast, by the way. That was the Tony.
Tony
Hinchcliffe.
Tony Cliff.
Yeah.
And,
he's great.
He has a show, Bubba, called Kill Tony, and it's done at Joe Rogan's comedy club called The Mothership in Austin, Texas. And they have people come out and do a 60-second routine, and then they essentially get roasted by Tony and 2 or 3 other comedian guests. And so that's where Tony has gotten this ability to do such quick improv, because that's what he does all day, every day. He's a super funny guy. But the other guys, Bert Kreischer, and, I just don't find that their humor
Now, is Kreischer part of the Joe Rogan family?
Yeah, he goes in there sometimes.
He was doing comedy and stuff. I think he was acting before he was hanging out with Rogan, but he's definitely been lumped in.
He's been lumped in. Well, he's been said that he's the one that not created, but the life was for Van Wilder, that movie, that he lived this crazy life at FSU.
Right, and that's how he became, that was his whole personality. He's always been the party guy.
They can't grow up.
A couple months ago during the Super Bowl, him and Tom Segura crashed Pat McAfee's live show trying to promote their, I think it was a vodka or a tequila they put out.
They're 2 Bear vodka.
Yeah, and it was just embarrassing. You
try to do push-ups shirtless in front of CJ Stroud.
It's just, you can only do the same, drunk frat guy gimmick for 25 years, but when you're pushing 50 years old and you look like you're about to explode.
Speaking of McAfee, man, I like Pat McAfee. I really do. I was listening to him last week, Lummy, and now, obviously, I was one of the very first to bring in wrestling terms on the radio, so to speak.
And have wrestlers on all the time.
And had wrestlers on all the time, and kayfabe and babyface and Shakespeare off, and Juice the Hardway Juice, Spuds. And I was listening to Pat McAfee last week, and now listen, he has every right. He has every right to use these terms because he's not a mark. He's not a guy that follows the business. He's a guy that's solidly in the business. I mean, he's been part of some huge angles, and I think he's still does some comment. Does he still do commentary for him or no?
Yes.
Yeah, he still does commentary for.
Is he on what, SmackDown or NXT? What is he?
SmackDown usually, but it's like a seasonal thing. Like he'll show up, do 4 or 5 months, and then go away.
Perfect. But he's. I heard him using, I think, kayfabe last week on his show, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And here's a guy that can legitimately, not just a radio guy, but a wrestling fan, but here's a guy that's solidly in the business that could talk like the boys. I liked it.
I started watching, I'm like, atta baby Gronk. And then Gronk even complimented himself a couple times. I wrote that joke. It's like, well, Gronk, kayfabe here.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. Used correctly by one of the boys. Used correctly by one of the boys.
A couple times, I wrote that joke. It's like, well, Gronk, kayfabe here. You're supposed to. These are all your jokes, Gronk. There's a lot of people writing for a lot of people. One person I don't think had any rights. Bill Belichick showed up. Here's a little Bill Belichick chit chatting from last night's greatest roast.
So anyway, I was listening to Pat or was watching it, Lummy
on ESPN.
Yeah, and
look at that.
And unfortunately, that's not. Unfortunately, that's not New Jersey. But Pat McAfee, kudos to you, my friend. You've done so well. You've really, 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 really done a good job.
People want to clear it up that he's on Raw, not SmackDown.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, not a lot of guys can come in as an ex-punter, start off, kind of humbly in the Indianapolis area, just doing some stand-up stuff. Then kind of make it regional, where you do like a Bloomington and maybe a Notre Dame or South Bend or Fort Wayne or Columbus, Ohio. Then you turn this little local stand-up deal kind of into a regional deal. Then Lummy I think he got on a local. I don't know. Did he get on a local sports station on terrestrial, or he just start going?
I think he went right to Barstool.
I think he went right to Barstool.
He announced his retirement at the Super Bowl and then had the deal with Barstool right as he was announcing his retirement.
What? That is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, that is so cool. And then announced his deal with Barstool. Didn't have a lot of experience behind the mic. Listen, he'll tell you right now, as long as he's been doing it, being a radio host is far. I mean, you just can't put a microphone in front of a guy and say, okay, listen, you're going to have the energy and the ability to host a show, have co-hosts, do interviews, and keep a 3 or 4 hour talk show moving along. Not a lot of people have that skill set, especially ones that were punters in the NFL. Not a lot of punters in the NFL have gone to be on to be huge, contenders of creators of content, and or spoken word radio, radio guys. Right, George Blanda or any of these punters. No, they didn't go on to be a stand. This guy is part of the media, media fabric. This guy is on TV. This guy, I think terrestrial radio would be somewhat beneath Pat McAfee, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think like terrestrial radio could never pay him $100 million.
No, because he's got the deal with what FanDuel or DraftKings, one of them. I mean, it's like wasn't like an $80 million deal. Or something?
Yeah, well, it was that, and then
he lost that.
Well, he didn't lose it. They kind of
he cut out early to go sign with ESPN because it was.
I think FanDuel. It was 4 years, $120 million.
I think it was like twice that. To be honest with you, I remember that FanDuel deal being ridiculous.
And I think he got it. I think he ended up getting all of it. Like, I don't think that he got.
Oh, well, I'm sure he figured out a way to cut out of that deal early and not lose a bunch of money on the back end. But, I mean, he definitely did cut out of that contract early to go over to ESPN.
Well, I got to say is God bless him. He is just killing it. I'm a huge fan. Keep up the good work, bud. So Roger Stone. Now, Donald Trump did have
a big rally in New Jersey.
A huge rally in New Jersey. Some say the largest political rally in the history of New Jersey. And we're going to get to that next. And I have Fox coverage and things of that. Well, Roger Stone sent out a tweet.
This just shows you he runs his own Twitter account.
Exactly. That's what my mom would do.
And so somebody got on Roger's Twitter account and said, man, Donald Trump, way to kick ass, biggest crowd ever in Jersey, the best ever, Johnny Rara. And it was a picture of a music gathering or something like that. in like I think Argentina or Brazil.
Brazil, I think it was
Rod Stewart 30 years ago.
But then
3.5 million.
Yeah, Roger Stone has come out and said no one can take a joke and that he was kidding around.
Oh, cut! This is not a joke. He got, man. Come on.
We'll do that next.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
To win this. Come on, Seth. Just jokes, man.
Got a great group of people with us, an incredible group of people. We're also looking really great in the state of Minnesota, which hasn't been won since 1952, and we're leading in the polls, and the state of Virginia. And actually many of the states, I don't know.
Jeffrey Watson, 10 on the Venmo. Thank you. What's up, Maria, Guatemala? Robert M. Jr., 1981, 31 months. You know how it goes, Kid Rob.
How was your Mother's Day, Lummy?
I was tired. Relaxing.
You? That was good. We went out to Luke's and hung out with Candle's mom for a few hours, and then
Yesterday?
Yeah. Kirk, what's up, Gary Cantrell? The Gary Cantrell.
Church Saturday and then
Yeah,
Sunday?
church Saturday night, then Forbici, and then my wife and I just chilled last night. She didn't really demand much of me.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. What up, Maria Guatemala?
Yeah, the video of Walker is up on the Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Grouper Lips,
Thank you.
what up, my
Gary,
buddy?
Gary got it up.
You want me to close this?
Is everyone
Lummy, are you
going
doing
up
the
to
after
bowl?
show, or are you going to go right to, you're going to miss the after show and go do the gimmick?
I was going to, but I mean, it's up to you.
No, it's better
Brian
if he needs
Gilson.
help or not.
I'll text him real quick.
Okay.
Hope everyone had a great weekend.
It's a new video.
I will not be here tomorrow. I'm going to be hearing.
Lummy, does he look like you? Is Lummy here?
No.
Oh.
What up, Sicilian Redneck? How you doing?
Send that to, can you send that to Lummy, Jay?
Sure.
That way I can get it on my screen. I can't
Okay.
get it on my screen.
See how big that is? It's crazy.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Lummy.
Yes.
Bubba asked me to send you something real quick.
Huh?
Bubba asked me to send you something real quick.
Okay.
See if you can get it. And then send it to him, I think. What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy? I love it. I was just actually talking to him in the hall about it. Once you shoot a gun, it's really fun. It's empowering. But you can also see how somebody without the right intellect could get in trouble with it. Camper Scott. Thanks, buddy.
He's the biggest export from Warsaw, Indiana.
Oh, yeah! Bubba the Love Sponge.
Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
No. Let me know on this.
On what?
On this music.
Oh, sorry.
What we're doing now? Don't you remember we had that thing going?
Yeah, I got
where
it.
I'm saying yay or nay?
Sorry, I was just sending something from Jay. My bad.
No problem. John Kostika, 100 on the PayPal. Thank you. Heath Clayton, also on the PayPal. PayPal, Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. Our Cash App's been taken away from us because I think we're terrorists. Son of a bitches. Did you get that thing? Did you send that thing to me?
Yes, from Jay.
From Jay?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So now I have two pieces of reference. This is the Donald Trump. Now, they're saying the 80,000 people that attended the New Jersey political, I guess Donald Trump yippee-yo gimmick is the largest amount of people ever gathered for a political event in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And here's two different perspectives, or there are a lot of people there.
Yes.
There are a lot of people there. I mean, hold on. They're over there, too?
Yes. All the way on the beach. Look at that. No view.
No, I mean, like, what does that mean?
Wildwood is tiny. I mean, it's about 30 minutes south of where we go in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Been there. And, like, what do you think Joe Biden and those boys are saying, like, when that happens?
I heard someone make a funny comparison. Do you think that Joe Biden could draw that type of crowd in Kentucky, in a red state? That's a blue state.
Right.
Officially play.
Just want everybody to know that there's 80,000 people here. There's no way I'm going to lose. I don't care how many lawsuits they put against me. I heard the one down in Georgia is pretty flim-flam. I heard the one up here for the Stormy deal is starting to get a little flim-flam. And January 6th thing is completely misinterpreted. So it looks like I'm going to be your president. Just go ahead and look at you. Just call me 47. That's right. I'm going to be 47. That's right.
In the state of New Jersey, we're going to win the state of New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to scare you when New Jersey's blue. I mean, they're as blue as Elise Kushner. Like, they are blue. And to get this big a crowd, does it just go to show you that people are just tired of the system screwing with this guy?
Yep.
And, like, the more the system screws with this guy, even though he may have committed some crimes and they've had 3 years to run this guy through the ringer. And it's just like, I think it just makes people who are even on the fence about this guy rally for the guy that's getting railed on, I think.
Got a great group of people with us, an incredible group of people. We're also looking really great in the state of Minnesota, which hasn't been won since 1952, and we're leading in the polls. And the state of Virginia, and actually many other states. I don't know, could be all of them.
Oh. That's Donald Trump predicting a massive red wave this November as nearly 100.
Now I saw a couple. Now are they credible stories? And if so, let's get to them. Maybe either on the after show or on tomorrow's show when we have Dan in here and then Jay. But I think I saw that there's now the state of Wisconsin and the state of Georgia are now. There's been, I think, maybe the head of elections from a couple of those fired.
384,000 votes in Georgia. They found out last week that they don't have a
copy of
a photographic image of it as required by law.
Right. 384,000 votes. Now, they don't know how many are red or how many are blue. If there's just 384,000 that are not available or have not been copied, and this is in the recall.
And Trump lost by 11,000, little less than 12,000.
And
In
so,
Georgia?
but am I right or wrong?
You're right on
and
the
then,
Milwaukee.
like the Milwaukee, I think the Milwaukee guy got fired.
Oh, he did. That happened as
The
well. So
Milwaukee-
Wisconsin and Georgia, two of the states that Biden had to win, now they're finding quote unquote irregularities.
100,000 supporters turned out for him in New Jersey, the largest political rally ever in the blue state. Our next guest was there. New Jersey native Joe Concha joins us now.
You know Joe Concha.
Joe, so, I just saw it on TV, and it
Looks like a Hollywood version of Todd Foster.
like a sea of people, but you were actually there.
It was truly stunning, given that I've grown up in New Jersey, knowing that this is a state that hasn't gone blue for a Republican presidential candidate since 1988. Think about that, 36 years ago. That's when Joe Biden first ran for office and then had to drop out because of blatant plagiarism. Remember that.
That little footnote.
Exactly. Lisa Fagan is the...
And give me a commercial?
Oh, geez,
I'm out
really?
of here.
Yeah.
Screw you. Let me get the hell out of here. Giving me a commercial on the deal. This is what Trump's people released. I'm not going to play because we'll get a copyright strike on the deal.
Yeah.
Hey, let me Sunbelt Rental.
Hey, look at that.
Sunbelt Rental. My boy Bobby is in the house.
Where's the mountains in the background, like Roger Stone posted?
Oh, Roger said everybody needs to learn how to take a joke. That was a Rod Stewart concert. And man, listen to this. Rod Stewart back in Rio de Janeiro. It's estimated that the picture that Roger Stone was showing was from a Rod Stewart concert back in the 80s, and there was up to 4.2 million people.
Insane.
Now, how many people go to a Rod Stewart concert in '88?
Yeah, no kidding.
4.2 million. Now, was that just people on the sides of the mountains that didn't pay for a ticket?
That was a free show, I guess.
Yeah, that's before TikTok and Instagram and the website.
Oh, so that was a free show.
They didn't have CD players back then.
I read up on of course I wanted to read up on the Rod Stewart picture that was going around as the Donald Trump crowd, and they said it was the largest free concert in history.
In the history of the world.
Yeah.
Which
And
really
it's true,
shows
there
you
were
how,
no CDs back then.
which really shows you how downtrodden Rio de Janeiro is. There must be nothing to do.
Rod Stewart was the man, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was in '94 on New Year's Eve.
Oh, so it was part of their New Year's Eve gimmick.
Yeah,
right.
'94.
All right. So listen, we got to get going. We're gonna do it. Are you gonna stick around for the after show? Or are you going over to the other place?
Possibly. I made for a little bit, and I can head out maybe.
I don't even know what you just said.
Like if I'm here for the start, and maybe I just leave maybe halfway through.
Okay,
'cause
that's
he's not there yet.
Oh, okay, cool. So just tell him to dispatch you.
Well, yeah, I told him to text me when he's there.
Sure, fantastic. We'll do an after show. Seth, is it a podcast or is it a visual show? Where's the after show?
A visual show.
Oh, so this will be like Rumble, YouTube, Twitch.
You know it.
All of that? That's one of these shows?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've been doing the Mondays everywhere last few weeks.
Great. Now, what do you got slated for a podcast today?
This.
Oh, this. So this is Double Trouble. This is both.
Bubba Uncensored still goes up, yeah.
Bubba Uncensored will be seen visually in your various places, but also available for a podcast download. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Fantastic.
Yes.
See you guys later.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummet,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council,
co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.